I've been thinking about it daily, I'm an addict and it feels so bad, but it's good at the same time. Thinking like my favorite drug, favorite word, favorite song, favorite horn, get a beat to my damn rhymes. I don't know if you know, when I'm with you, I be gone, Look, and you're like a bad habit that I can't shake. Another pill that I know that I shouldn't take. Steady doing when I know that we need a break. But for what? When I know that it's too late. When I know I can't have it and it's tragic, but it feels like magic. God damn, and it feels so good. I guess I'm an addict for your love and a fool for you. Cause girl, you're like my damn drug.
Hey guys, NR here with my man Chris Cruz. Kryptonian is, I think he said he's going to be about a half hour late. So we're not playing his introduction, just his timer. So there you go. We don't have to watch all that Kryptonian stuff going on here. So how you doing, Chris? Glad.
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good, man. Glad you were able to join me. As, guess I didn't have to hold this down by myself after all. So thanks for joining, brother. Appreciate it, man. As always.
Oh yeah.
You're I actually I have a question for you. I was going to ask Kryptonian as well. So a friend of mine, and I think this is a good way actually to kick the show off. Not really blockchain or Prysm related, but it's a good question. So a friend of mine who works a regular 9 to 5. In fact, I think he might even have a government job if I'm not mistaken. He said, he's going to be coming into some loot. I want to say it's somewhere between closer to $30,000. And he was asking, he said, I see what you guys are doing over there. You, Kryptonian, Chris Cruz, all those guys. And you've obviously managed your money well and things of that nature. He said, where would you recommend, or what would you recommend I do when I come into this 30 grand? He said, I know it's not, life-changing money, but I mean, it's certainly enough to start a business or, get your feet on the ground. And it's a good start. Let's put it that way. So Chris, what would you say if you had to tell my friend, hey, you've got $30,000, what would you suggest that he do?
Well, I guess it really depends on what he wants to do, because if he wanted to do like a brick and mortar type business, I would say, depending on if he had to have some type of a supply or some type of inventory, that's probably not going to be enough.
Sure.
But so if he wanted to do something like an online business or in business in general, he'd have to just weigh the 30,000, the pros and cons. But if he didn't know for sure, I mean, and he was just going to maybe spend a little bit of time thinking it over, I mean, the best thing I could think of, and I know people get tired of it, but Bitcoin. I mean,
it is a good investment. That's actually one of the things he asked me. He said, where would you invest this money? Like, what would you do? The first thing that I said was, how much debt do you have? Like, do you have a ton of debt? I'm not a big debt guy. Yeah. You can do some good things with debt. I mean, I've used hard money and real estate, and
there's good debt and bad debt.
Correct.
And credit card is very bad debt.
Yeah. So, well, they have such a high interest rate, man. Yeah. They kind of lock you in. Yeah, they kind of lock you in with that interest rate, man. And it's a shame that they do that, because a lot of people run their credit cards up. They live kind of paycheck to paycheck. They get used to paying that bare minimum. And I mean, some of them you'll be paying 30 years before you get the balance paid off, man. And it's kind of a trap, it's that rat race trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different options. People are putting them in the comments, and I can agree with those. Buy Prysm, stuff like that. Buy Crypto Prize talking about buying getting free drip wallets. But that's on if that money was something that he was going to be like, I'm going to use
Never disappoints, Seven Seas, never
Yeah,
disappoints.
even that's a good idea,
I
but
mean, if you're down to have fun, but he is married, he has children, so I don't know about that. Maybe the blow part, I don't know. Who knows?
yeah, but at the same
Yeah,
time, I mean, you could. It depends on what you wants to do with it. So if you
yeah,
wanted to take a portion of it, find a couple of good. I mean, Prism is really really good. Do your own
sure,
research, but
obviously.
I buy it, so you do your own research.
Sure.
But
Yeah, no, you're a big reason why that chart's running up, I'm sure.
oh,
You're a part of it.
I was very happy today. I mean, I'm not happy.
Right.
That's a shame, but I'm like, okay, so we're on sale.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
That's how I look at it too, man. Until the point where the blockchain comes out, it is, man. It's like you said, when there's ever a dip, it's like a sale.
Yeah,
That's how I
to
look at
me,
it as well.
I mean, I'm old school investing
Yeah.
type because, like, with forex and stuff, retracements are your friend, dude. They
Sure.
are your friend. They are the best thing you see. I get excited when I see a nice red candle.
Sure.
I get
And I know a lot of people, and that's just it, man. I know it's what is it? People will sell the news. I think it is buy the news.
right.
What's that saying? Yeah, I don't know. What the hell's that saying, Chris?
Whether the buy the news, sell what I don't know the full extent of it either.
Want somebody comment? What the hell's
I'm
that
sure
saying?
somebody's gonna say that
Yeah,
we're
it's
all crazy.
the
See,
news.
we don't prescribe to that, so we don't pay
Yeah,
attention.
I don't buy the news, sell the hype. There it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
wise choice money. Thank you. There it is. And I don't
Obviously,
necessarily
Wise
subscribe
Choice
to that. Yeah,
Money has the name
yeah.
Wise Choice Money
There
for a
you
reason.
go. And that's what a lot of people do, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they try to stick to. Me, I'm with you, man. I try to when things are down, that's when I put my money in because it's like a roller coaster ride. And even the stock market, historically, it always comes back up. Just like there's always going to be a bull run in crypto. I
Yep.
mean, history doesn't repeat, it does rhyme. Sometimes it repeats, but for the most part, it rhymes. And historically, we can see just that. It will eventually go back up. So I see Jaime here. He just got his JBD card. So yeah, man, good to hear it. I've been using mine for months. And yeah, man, it is a great off ramp. I have no complaints, man. And again, I've used it to take cash out. And what we're talking about here, guys, is the Ultimo Pay. I can always shoot you guys a link, or there's one on one of my videos. Just hit me up, and I can certainly point you in the right direction. What you get is an offshore bank account along with a debit card that has up to, I believe it's a $20,000 daily withdrawal limit. So the limits are pretty high. So if you're doing as well as Chris in Bitcoin, you know, you can withdraw up to $20,000 a day. So yeah, it's a good one. It's
Here
definitely
you
a good
go.
one. Yeah, man. There you go. Like to see it.
You see how healthy that chart is, though?
Yeah. Yeah.
You get a little bit, someone gets nervous, someone says,
Sure.
you know what, whatever. And then
Or
right
somebody
there,
just wants to take profits. They say,
right.
hey, it's at its
Yeah.
all-time high, which it is. It hasn't been that high historically. I mean, we beat the last all-time high, which was just over a penny. And yeah, all-time high. Why not sell some, get some profits? But then that dip got eaten up pretty darn quickly.
Real quick, man.
Yeah, which is good to see.
That's a healthy chart there.
Yeah, that is good to see. And so you're the guy that's buying, and I know it's always hard to time, and that's the problem. It's hard to time.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I'm one of those guys too. I try to buy on those dips. Sometimes though, I'll think I'm buying the bottom of the dip, and then it just goes a little further. But
Yeah.
like that shows you, it eventually comes back up. So you don't actually lose until you sell.
Yeah, until you sell and just get out completely.
Yeah.
Then and I think a lot of people notice that when the last couple of years your 401ks had such an issue and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
people that were retiring, they either had to work a little longer or they had to wait it out. But I think most of those have recovered. But the people that had to sell or did sell back then, they lost a lot of money. So
Sure. Yeah.
it's one
No.
of those.
No doubt.
The assets always seem to bounce back, and I know. I mean, if it's a good asset, if it's like
Sure.
some of these crazy projects out there, or whatever, they're done for anyway, and you probably should have never been in them. But some of the
Sure.
ones that have a great foundation and you can see a future with them, just stick it out, just stay with
Yeah,
it.
if you don't have, I mean, and I get that some people run into financial. Obviously, you shouldn't be investing more than you can afford to lose. So
Right.
it shouldn't be money that you need. But I understand things come up. The air conditioner, HVAC units go bad, and
Right.
maybe it's a little bit more than you had tucked away, or this, that, the other. So sometimes you have to dip into things like that. And yeah, unfortunately, people did lose money. I
Mhm.
know some people that COVID obviously hit the stock market pretty hard because the
Right.
economy pretty much shut down. I know at least of two or three people that put their money into places like McDonald's and Apple when it tanked because of COVID, and then it just shot right back up, and they made killer money, killer money.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's a that it. I think it's a key. I've said it before. I actually even did a short about it. You don't don't invest. I mean, some of these meme coins and stuff like that, you can do
Right,
degen plays and stuff like that. You can you know the deal. But I would put stuff in there like you were saying, what you can afford to lose. If you can't
right,
afford to lose it, that is nowhere for you to be. It just stay away. But
right.
generally, when you're looking for some type of a investment, commodities, forex, crypto, stock market, I mean, all these different things, it's better to me. I've always felt it's better if you have a vested interest in this product. Like, if you like Coke, you like drinking Coke and all that kind of
We're
stuff.
talking Coca-Cola here,
Yeah,
guys, not
yeah,
hookers and blow.
yeah, yeah. No more of that, Steve. Just that. I'm not talking that.
I
But
know,
it's
Chris. I was just
you're
joking.
you're into Coke and you like it and everything like that, and you look at the information and you can see,
Sure.
go into it, but go into it with the mindset of, I've bought into this product. I believe in this product. I believe in its future, and you're gonna hold it for that. Accumulate and hold, and you will be super rich. And it's it's a form of compound interest if you think about it. I mean, you may not receive it like that, and it may not be
Sure.
as
I get what you're saying.
but over the long haul, these things work. I mean, you take
Yeah.
all the different major companies out there and stuff like that. And Apple's been around for a while, but if you go back to the old blue chip stocks and stuff
Mhm.
like that, they're always going up. They may
Yeah.
pull back. It's like
Yeah.
with real estate. Real estate, they're like, oh, real estate has such a bad time. But you know what? 20 years ago,
Yeah.
your real estate has 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So
It runs in cycles, and
right.
and I do like what you said there about, find a product that you like. I think
Mhm.
there's something to be said for that because obviously, if you like it, if you think it's a quality product, you're using it in your everyday life. You can see how it helps people. Maybe it saves people time or whatever that thing is that it does. You're probably not the only one that thinks that.
Right,
First of all,
right.
and then also you're putting money somewhere where you have some conviction, where you have some belief, and I think
Mhm.
that goes a long way as well. So yeah, that's a great point, Chris.
And
Yeah,
even when things retrace and things you're just like, you're looking at your balance and you're like, "Man, that doesn't look right." I'm losing so
sure,
much money. You haven't lost any money. It's
right.
just that paper
I was gonna
tells
say
you
you
that you've
you lost it on paper.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
keep it, you hold it, you weather the storm, because just like everything in life, it eventually will get better. And you have that connection to something that you believe in. If you don't believe in it, you should never be in it in the first place. Don't waste your
it's a
money.
great point.
Don't be
Yeah,
in it. Even if somebody comes and tell you, I got this great stock tip or I got this great crypto. It's like, okay, let me do my own research. I'll figure it out myself whether it's good or not. So, and that's why the Prism is a perfect example, because I know Prism. I've checked it out. I'm excited for layer zero
yeah,
blockchain. I'm excited for all this stuff. So I buy ARM and I'm looking forward to the future. So I'm accumulating and holding, and eventually it's going to pay off really well. And it'll be almost amazing. You'll be sitting back going, we were talking about a penny, you know. I
yeah,
mean, I can only assume that that's going to happen, and that's my research tells me that. But with the things that Prism is working on in the future, it's
sure.
it's, it's very hard for me to realistically think that a penny is where it's going to be. So it's going
Yeah,
to
I
be
agree.
Yeah,
I agree
and
with you.
you can take that with whatever you want, do your own research, all that kind of stuff. You don't want to, I don't want to sway anybody anywhere. If anything, I want to sway people into find a product that you care about, invest in that product, and hold and accumulate for a very long time, and
Yeah,
you will be
that's
wealthy.
great advice. Great advice. And Brooklyn Hodel Valken, he said if he's got young kids, open a trust for them, 10K. Give them maybe a few hundred a month for the rest of their life. Compound interest is the way. And I agree with you 150%. Brooklyn Holder. I tried to teach my kids. In fact, I did teach my kids that. Um, One of my middle daughters, she's 20 now. I think she works for a veterinarian. I mean, she started compounding at 10 because it is the eighth wonder of the world.
Yeah.
And I taught her at an early age. I said, if you start saving and compounding now, by the time you're my age, which now I'm 45, you're going to have at least 1 million, if not more, depending upon how much you continue to put in. So, um, I agree with you
And you
150%,
do it
Brooklyn.
early. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I mean. If somebody would have told me that, I had to learn the hard way.
yeah.
My dad taught me, you know, the street hustle kind of stuff, and not the financial. Yeah, he would read stocks and stuff every once in a while, but at the end of the day, I don't really think he knew what the hell he was doing. Not really to pass that information along
Right.
to me. So I had to learn the hard way and get in, and learned later in life. But had someone told me when I was very young to start doing those, I mean, I bought the Compound Effect and gave it to my kids. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, gave it to my kids when they were super young. And I'm like, your ass is going to read that book because it's valuable knowledge.
Yeah.
Change the way you think, and schools do a shit job of teaching kids about finance. They don't do it at all.
Well, they schools are actually, if you think about it, and this is no knock on schools because that's the way that they run all that kind of stuff, but
Right.
they're training our children to be worker bees.
Yeah. Go get a Joe, work for somebody else. The sad thing is like the pensions went away.
Yeah,
So there aren't.
get your nice watch
Yeah.
after 30 years, 40 years,
Yeah.
and retire.
You're right. That's what schools teach. And I didn't want my kids to fall victim. Now, if they choose to do that, if they don't want to start their own business, or, I mean, that's on them at that point. I've done my duty and taught them, how to get there. I've given them the tools. If they don't want to pick them up and work with them, then that's on them. But
your views on that, it makes me excited because I've always felt that way.
Yeah.
And I'm a way older than you, as Kryptonian would say.
You're not that much older.
Old man. I'm decrepit, but I'm glad that a younger person's saying that, because I truly do believe that. I believe that like I tell my children, and I've always told them that school's important. Don't get me wrong. And each class that you take and everything like that, it's very important. But what you have to look at with school is it's not about the subject. Right. And it's not about the teacher. It's not about the environment and everything like that. It's about the fact that when you're going to school, you're learning how to walk into a new situation, learn the skills, and be able to perform that. And you will do that everywhere you go the rest of your life. You run a business. You don't know how to do certain things. You want to put out a new token. You got to learn how coding.
Sure. And at the same time, while learning how to work with a variety of different people and personalities,
right?
And how to show up on time.
Yep.
And I mean, that's exactly what college is. It shows an employer for 4 years you can show up on time, get the work done, and that's really what it does. And you can work in an environment with other people and still do well and still progress.
Yeah, my kids are coming to me like, oh, I don't like this math class, or I don't like. And it's like, you know what? It's not about the math class.
Yeah.
You can easily pass every class you ever take, because if you take the mindset, you don't have to get straight A's. Okay, it'd be great. But if you can go into an environment where you don't know anything about it, learn something, and then you can actually perform it and pass it, you will use that skill in every single thing you do for the rest of your life, from your personal life, your business life, all around, everywhere. That's what you'll do. I mean, you like working around the house. You got to fix a gutter or something like that. You have no idea how to fix a gutter. Okay, well, I learned these skills where I can figure out how to fix a gutter and go fix it correctly. It's a small little thing, but you learn those skills and it'll help you everywhere you go. I think.
No, and I agree with you. And I think too, a lot of stuff like that I learned by doing. Now you've got YouTube and stuff that you can jump on and watch a video on how to do this or do that. But a lot of it, I tell people, even my kids, just try it. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're
Yeah,
either gonna, it's
exactly.
already broken, or it's you already need to fix it. So just attempt it. Taught my kids how to change flat tires and stuff at a very early age, and when they started driving, like right away, and just little life skills like that, I think are important
Well,
to
and that
pass
goes back to
along.
my point. This is
Yeah.
like it. Don't get me wrong. It's not the
Yeah.
individual teachers. Okay,
Right.
it's the system. The system is created and was created
Yeah.
100 years ago to basically create worker bees. And the teachers have, yeah, they got unions and stuff like that, and they can,
Yeah.
but they pretty much have to do what people that never are around the students tell them that they have to do. You know,
Correct.
they walk into a classroom, they're teaching these kids, they're doing the grunt work every single day, but then they're answering to people that may never have been in a classroom teaching, maybe observed or whatever, may not even have been in a school, but these people are telling them what to do. So I'm not saying it's the teachers that are at fault. It's a
Sure.
system.
No,
So
110%, man. And I think originally, who was it? Rockefeller that said, he wanted a nation of workers, not thinkers. Yeah. And he
well,
was a big contributor to the school system
right. And
financially. Yeah.
that's how that's how they did it. They also
Yeah.
wanted to split up the family so that they
Yep.
could get
Yep.
more people in the workforce and tax
Correct.
more.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a whole
I
nother
think we've
subject.
I think we've had we'll talk a little bit more about that on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's a Wednesday
These
conversation.
people are here for Prism, not
Yeah,
my
we
old
did. We
views.
did just have a question about that. Wise Choice Money said he needs to get into Prism, but he has no idea how. Could you
Oh,
guys do some kind of video showing how? Now, I know, Chris, I know you've bought it numerous times. I'm just going to bring
mhm.
this up. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen very quickly. And this is probably the easiest way you can do it, Wise Choice Money. And I've done it this way. I know some people have said that they've had issues.
Now
Um,
I'm gonna take Wise Choice Money's
right on.
oh, there it is. Take that off there.
Yeah. So guys, here's what you've got. You've got this is prisonchain.io. This is Prism's website. So obviously you can't buy Prism right now because the blockchain's not quite out. We'll talk in a little bit about where we're at and all those types of things. I know we've been talking about testnet and all that good stuff. So this button right here, this big green buy arbitramium button, is how you can buy ARM and get into kind of what we consider the Prism presale. So to get into Prism, buy some ARM now. That was the chart that Chris showed earlier. And what we're going to do is, depending upon how much ARM you have, which is arbitramium, you'll get airdropped Prism to the same dollar amount. So if you've got $1,000 worth of ARM, you're going to get airdropped $1,000 worth of Prism. So it's all going to be based on monetary value. It's not going to be like, okay, you have one ARM, so you'll get one Prism. It'll all be based on monetary value at the time. So if you go ahead and click that green button, it'll bring you down here. And what this is, it's basically a link to like Sushi Swap. And you can actually go to Sushi Swap if you want and buy it there. This is probably the easiest way to do it, especially if you have like BNB or something that's not on the Arbitrum chain, because Arbitramium is on the Arbitrum chain, just like you've got the Ethereum chain, the BSC chain. It's on the Arbitrum chain. So if you click this guy right here, you can actually go cross chain. So you can see here, it'll go from Arbitrum to Ethereum. If you have BNB or something like that, you would just go to Binance Smart Chain. And then here you would want to click on Arbitrum 1. Okay. So guys, you're taking your coins from Binance Smart Chain to Arbitrum. And here you're going to make this ARM. And then if you've got BNB, there you go. You could right now, what I could do, because I think my wallet's connected here. I've got like $3 in BNB in this wallet. Right now, I could get 40,000 ARM. right there. There you go. That's
Now,
it.
one thing that
Hit swap.
you need, but you need to have Ethereum, right? And your
No, to do this, you do not. So actually, you can take BNB on the
oh
Binance
BNB,
chain.
right?
Yep, you can take BNB. So pretty much here, you're going to cross chain. So you can, now this does take a while. So when you click swap, it may take 2 to 3 minutes. So just let it sit there and do its thing. But once you hit swap, it'll actually bring up a little box, and it'll say, obviously, here's all that good stuff. But it'll bring up a little box and it'll say, okay, swapping BNB, going cross chain. The whole process takes a few minutes. Again, just let it kind of do its thing. It will do it. And what it does is it takes the BNB. I believe it sells it, then it moves it over to Arbitrum and kind of goes through the whole process. But you'll end up with ARM or Arbitrimium on the Arbitrum chain. So you won't be able to see it on the BSC chain. You'll have to go in your wallet and switch to the Arbitrum 1 chain, if
Right.
that makes sense, guys. This is the easiest way to buy it. Just click that cross chain and you can go again, right from Binance, the BSC chain, right to Arbitrum chain. Now, there are a few other ways to buy it as well. I know Chris was just saying you need Ethereum. That's another way to buy it. Another way that I've bought ARM is I like KuCoin. That's my exchange of choice. So what I've done is I've bought Ethereum in KuCoin, and you can buy it with whatever. And when I export it out of my KuCoin account to say MetaMask, it asks you what chain do you want to withdraw it on. So instead of doing it on the Ethereum chain, instead of doing it on any other chain, pick Arbitrum. So you'll get Ethereum in your MetaMask wallet on the Arbitrum chain. Then you can go right to SushiSwap and buy ARM directly with Ethereum on the Arbitrum chain. So really all you're doing is you're using a different chain. I know most people that are kind of in this community are used to dealing with BSC. You're just using Arbitrum. It's very easy. Now, Chris, how do you buy it? I know you were just saying.
I have Ethereum on Arbitrum.
Yeah.
And I buy it directly that way.
Sure.
So my issue is that when I go up to buy, I don't do cross chain. Buy it directly on ARM is where my
right. So at that
Arbitrum.
point, you wouldn't need to go cross chain if you're
Right.
already on the Arbitrum chain. You can just turn that off, and then here, yeah, you just go wrapped ETH or ETH, whatever you got, and kind of go from there. Yeah.
Yep. And then I pull up the ARM on there. But the only problem that I've found is I have to change the slippage.
Yeah, so you're going to want to do that, especially if you're buying a large amount, which I assume Chris is. I assume Chris is buying a large amount. So when you do that, you're going to have to change the slippage because you are affecting the price more when you buy a large amount. And I've ran into that too.
Yeah, I have to change it. The way I do it is I'll set it like at 5, and then it'll come through. Then I'll cancel, set it at 4. Goes through, and then I cancel. I come back to 3, and sometimes it works. Then I go back to 4 or whatever. But most of the time, it's
so
3.
you try to minimize the slippage just in case. Yeah,
just in case. But it will not. And when I do my buys, it will not go on the presets. So
right, I gotcha. That makes sense. Now, another way that you can do it is if you're, if you don't want to use that on the Prysm website, which again, that is the easiest way, guys. You can go through something like SideShift. Or and I think there's actually a video that TCL has in the Discord which shows you how to use SideShift. You can swap your BNB or whatever else you have to Ethereum on the Arbitrum chain, or get wrapped ETH. Then at that point, you're just going to the Arbitrum chain, finding ARM. You can put the contract address in, and bam, it sounds a lot more difficult. People make it more difficult than it is. Maybe the first time it might be difficult, but it's really just that easy, guys. It really is. And if you have any issues, just jump into the TCL Discord, or if you want, message me on Discord or Kryptonian or even Chris. I know Chris would love to help you guys out as well. Chris is a wealth of knowledge, guys.
Well,
I mean it.
now I did have a problem. I had to research it because I had a problem several times not going through until I changed my slippage, and then I was
Gotcha.
fine. But
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it when I was looking at it. I was like, "What in the world is going on?" And
Yeah.
then I changed.
And I've
slippage
learned in some other projects where I've tried to buy a big amount and I've had to change the slippage and stuff like that. So yeah, so I've kind of learned if it doesn't go through, there's usually a reason why. It's because your price impact is too much. So yeah, then I just kind of play with it and kind of go from there, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had some great comments. I was
Funny,
trying to grab a few of them.
Yeah, man. Feel free, man. Because when I get to rolling, I get like Kryptonian. I don't even freaking pay attention. I start, rambling.
Yeah,
off the mouth.
I'm gonna head
Yeah.
back to because we had like tons of
Yeah,
really
go
good
ahead, dude.
comments.
Roll back, man. Yeah, I saw a bunch of them coming in, and then I was like, damn. I was trying to share my screen and all that shit. So yeah.
Okay, so
No
we've
doubt.
already been to this one.
Yeah, which is 7 C's is always, he never disappoints.
Yeah, and we had I was looking for one in particular because we had an individual on here. I forget his name. I just glanced over and he said he had bought a major amount earlier, and most of that candle was him.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Who was that?
I don't know. That's what I was.
Because I bought in again at like over a penny, and I was holding off, hoping that it would go down like it did. And I'm like, it's just not going down. So I said, screw it. And I bought.
Yeah, here he is.
Yeah.
Mar the Truth is. I remember the name. Here's his when he brought it up.
Nice
Yeah,
buy.
$3K. He did good.
And you got a great price too, man. Because like I said, I just spent I think I bought like another 1,000 or somewhere 800 to 1,000, and I paid well over a penny. Probably close to the all-time high. Which, if you guys want to get a deal, just wait till I buy. That's the story of my life, man. Story of my life.
Jeez, that's Monkey Girl.
That's Monkey Girl. Yep. Yep. How you doing, Monkey Girl? Always appreciate you. Always appreciate the support, and
Kryptonian. Heart. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like I think we got caught up. Oh, you know what? I mean, the guy's not even here and he's insulting me. Look at this guy.
That sounds about right. That sounds
way
about right.
older. You know what, Kryptonian?
Yeah.
I got to go down to Houston for business. I'm sure something's going to come up. I might have to go pay him a visit.
Yeah, so I was just in Dallas this weekend. Yeah, I was in Dallas. I went down Thursday to Sunday, and I didn't know I was going to Texas until like last minute. I hit Kryptonian up, and he's got something going on, anniversary, something coming up. So he was like, "Nah, man, I can't really break free." Plus, Houston's not. It's not like it's right next to Dallas. It's it's a little ways away.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Yeah, man, unfortunately, I can't break free. Had you given me some leeway, I probably could have made something happen. But I promise you, dude, we'll get together and do lunch and grab a beer or something." That's my brother from another mother. So yeah, man, we'll definitely get up. Hells to the yeah. Very cool. Yeah, balls deep as a former teacher. 100% the system. Teachers are literally graded on how well their students do on the end of the year state tests. It's straight teaching to the test model of teaching. And yeah, man, I agree. It's instead of worrying about whether the student retains the knowledge and is actually learning something, it's let's get a good test grade so that the school gets the proper funding that it needs. Because if they don't do well, they don't get the money they need. And again, it becomes about money and politics, which is shitty that it comes around that way. So.
Yeah, OBZ's like my father taught me about money by having a paper route a lot more than I learned in school. I appreciate my dad. Yeah, I was taught about money by working on a farm when I was little. And
I'll tell you what, man, I respect any and all farm workers. Yeah. It is not easy work. It is not easy
but
work.
I didn't know the difference though. I was like,
sure.
We would go there. I'd get it before sun up to close to sundown and I thought it was cool. I mean, we'd take our lunch. There was like a little river that went by there. We take our lunch and, you know, eat by the river bank and jump in the river and like swing off trees and stuff like that, and then get back at it. So, I mean, it was just different world back then.
Sure. I'll tell you, I went for one of my first job interviews in the automotive business, and it taught me a lot. And I didn't realize it at the time. I was kind of like, fuck this guy at the time. But so I went on this job interview. I couldn't even drive yet. And it was a body shop. And I hate body work.
No,
I really
you and
like
me
the
both,
mechanic.
man.
Body work sucks. It's dusty. It's dirty. The guys think they're mechanics, but they're really not.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
will say that. So I get there and the owner, and I was just going to be like a wash guy or something. I think I was like maybe 13 or 14. So I was going to be like a wash bay guy, kind of clean the cars up and hopefully be, step into being an apprentice of some type. So the guy's like, all right. It was me and another guy there applying for the job. So he gave us, I don't even think he gave us gloves. He took us around back and he's like, pull all these, it had like vines growing on a fence. And I mean, this fence was probably 100 feet long, maybe 7 or 8 feet high. And he's like, I need you guys to clean all these weeds off the fence. And I'm looking at this guy like, you got to be shitting me, man. It literally took us probably 8 hours to make it happen, to pull all the weeds down. My hands were bleeding, hurt, and all this stuff. I showed up the next day and the other guy didn't. And the owner said, well, looks like you got the job. And I'm like, well, what was the whole weeds thing, man? Like, he was like, it was a test. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm young. I'm like I said, man, I'm like 14. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I learned a little something that day, put your head down, do your damn job, shut the hell up. And, it was quite the lesson. It was quite the lesson, and that taught me a lot about hard work. I'll tell you that.
You see Brooklyn's question here on
Once
ARM?
we get our airdrop, will there be an incentive for early ARB investors, and will there be a vesting period for the blockchain? So no, there won't be any vesting period, nothing like that. There will be some incentive for early ARB investors. That's actually what we've done with the Black NFT. There's going to be some incentives there, and I know TCL is working some incentives as well for early adopters and ways to basically bless people that have jumped in early, supported us, and said, hey guys, we're here for you. So
Crypto Pride. He talked to me about the other day, and when I was in the middle of not realizing to change my sorry about that, Pride.
Gotcha. No worries. I like Funny Donald, man. He is he's hilarious. Have you ever seen some of his shit that he's commented? He is hilarious. He's in the TCL in the Prysm Discord. He jumps in the TCL Discord and he just drops some funny Donald-like comments. Let's put it that way. Keep it up, man. Definitely hilarious.
He says, I'm tremendously bullish for Prysm. Believe me. Is that like a Trump thing? Is that how should I say it?
You can say it. You can say it like Trump, sure.
Believe me. I'm not that good at Trump. He
Me neither.
Annoys me sometimes,
Yeah.
But he's great. And Trump's great when he's on his game. He gets funny and everything like that. But sometimes it's like, dude, just
yeah, enough's enough, buddy. Yeah.
TCL has a very fantastic English accent. Believe me. Oh, he's still on the Trump thing. I only put my money with projects led by handsome people or people with strong accents.
Well, you got both. You have both in Prysm, so it's it's a double whammy there.
You're gonna have to have TCL come on, show his hands and stuff.
Yeah,
make sure Donald's okay with it.
There you go. I like it. Yeah. Thanks, Funny Donald. Appreciate that. And yeah, TCL. I'll tell you what, man. Like I said before, TCL is a hard-working dude, man. This guy is putting in the work to make this blockchain happen.
You want to do breaking news?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Breaking news on his own.
Yeah, man. And he's here.
We can't hear you, buddy.
Mike.
Yeah. He's like, I had something good to say too.
He's got to change the settings. Yeah, change the settings.
And I ain't, since you can't talk right now and we can't hear you, I ain't that old, bro.
You're old, bro. You're old. No,
oh, he is. He's
there you go. You're good.
Oh no,
you're not that old. You're way old. You know how old it.
That's funny.
A lot of A's, man.
You know,
No, you're not old, brother. You're not old. But I think if you were in Hollywood, you probably are. You probably are Al Borland from Tim the Toolman Taylor. In fact, I think you have to be that guy because he has that same flannel that you're wearing. I'm just saying.
That's hilarious.
I'm just
Good
joking.
stuff.
What's up, brothers?
Not much, man. Glad you were able to join your channel.
Hey, it's our channel, man. Sorry guys, it was like raining crazily down here in Houston.
Dude,
man.
life happens, man. Life happens.
I'm on my way home. There's hail hitting my truck. I'm like, oh hell nah. Yeah. Had to pull under some garage parking lot or something. But it's all good. Made it.
And guys, as Benzie said, it is super easy, man. It is super easy to buy. So go check it out right there on the prismchain.io website if you want to buy. Like I said, be patient with the cross chain function, but it is very, very easy. I've used it a few times.
Look at Mar the Truth. Look at this comment.
Nice. Very nice.
Nice.
Good to see. Good to see. We appreciate the support, Mar.
Your explanation and how you were kind of showing people how to buy Mar.
Yeah.
Up, guys. Up. I have my way of buying it. I'm not using the side chain or there's everything.
Yeah, your mic's going
your mic's going in and out or something.
All right, hold on.
I actually don't know what you actually said.
Really? It's that bad?
Oh,
now it's fine. Now it's fine. Yeah, now it's fine.
Yeah. Are you muting me, Chris? Are we doing this again?
I was like, what's he saying? Wait.
Yeah, it was like going in and out or something.
It was like slowly dying.
Yeah.
Like it was like.
So how do you buy? Do you use side shift and all that?
No, I'm buying straight out of my trust wallet. What I do,
okay.
I go straight to AETH, buy AETH, do a swap, sushi swap. Very simple.
There you go, and it's just that easy as well.
But yours is just as simple though.
Yeah,
you have to do the slippage thing because I was fine the first couple buys, but then like last week I could not buy several times, and I didn't realize I had to up my slippage
because we're not buying $20,000 worth, Chris. We're buying like 1,000, a couple hundred. No, I actually have. Sometimes I do. It depends on what's going on. I mean, not much though, not much at all.
Yeah.
I bought just before it went over a penny the other day. So.
Yeah, I did 4 is the highest I've had to do, but almost everyone I do now is 3.
Yeah,
3%.
I think that's usually where I put the slippage, Chris, around 3. If I'm buying somewhere around like $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kryptonian, did you hear the question that I said earlier about I had a friend, 30 grand? What would you tell him to invest in, or what to do with that kind of funds?
Oh yeah, sure. What would I do with 30 grand?
Yeah. Or if you were just starting out, you didn't have your own business, you kind of had maybe a government job, you got 2 or 3 little kids.
Well,
you're coming into this 30
job,
grand.
You ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't gonna ever get fired.
Sure.
You get the best healthcare known to man. Well, then you get to be president. It's crazy, bro. You're in a good spot. What do you need crypto for, man?
Well, not even crypto. He was just asking if I had 30,
pissed him off, didn't it?
Should have some.
He's like the damn government in the rain.
Right.
Enough of this. This is conspiracy.
He should have about 30 coming in. What would you advise him to do? Let's just say it was your daughter, or just, hey, do you think I should buy a business? Do you think I should invest, half in crypto? Do you think I should put it down on some real estate? Like what would you suggest?
I mean, there's so many things to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, if based on where I'm in my life, what I do with 30K, I'm in a position where
he's not where you're at. He's trying to get to where you're at.
Oh, well, how old is he?
I believe he's in his 30s.
Okay. Yeah. I remember, my 30s were a blur. I'm sure yours were as well, right? And
I know mine
was a blur, yours was a blur, and Chris's was in black and white. So everybody knows.
Dude, I knew that fucking was coming, dude. I was like, he's gonna say something about
man.
I couldn't help it, man. But 30s was a blur, yours was in black and white. That's just the way it goes, bro.
It's
there you go.
Time.
I like it. I like it.
Hoodie on. All right, let's get
on.
Prado doesn't like hats turned backwards, man.
Yeah. Just pet peeve.
So I guess he put his little emblem there.
Yeah, he should, right? He should, right? No DP. Just put my property, whatever he does.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, so for a 30-year-old, if I had a good job. I mean, I'm just messing with you about the government job, and then a job's a job. Sure. If you got a good job, you got some money coming in. If you don't have anything going on, any type of investment or so, at 30 years old, you should be saving, you still got a little time, but you need to be less passive when it comes to saving for your future, for your retirement. You're going to go from, I think, conservative to, I wouldn't even say, when you're in your 20s is when you want to be aggressive.
Aggressive as hell, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you go from aggressive to about little moderate, right? You can be not as aggressive. You won't take too many chances. So I wouldn't put it all in one place. I would diversify it. You know, I would try to get in some sort of real estate. Definitely.
That's kind of where my mind went, was maybe put that down, maybe get yourself a duplex or you know, a little rental, maybe an Airbnb or something.
It's all about a return. Like if let's say I put it all, if I put $30,000 all into one bucket, what type of return do I want? And am I ever going to run into that kind of money ever again? Sure. Is this just a moonshot? Even though we didn't go to the moon, you know what I'm talking about. But I just killed Chris. But no, but so I think if I got into 30K, if I don't have anything else going on, my goal is to go, okay, how can I take this 30K and really
flip it out and get a come up?
That's right.
Is the question. Right. Yeah.
Is it going to give me that leverage that I need? But if I don't need it, then it's going to be like, I'm going to throw in a little bit of everything. Right. But, I would get into crypto, of course, definitely real estate. I wouldn't get into stocks, man. Honestly. I mean, you might as well just call Fidelity up, let him grow up for you at 8% a year.
See, I don't trust those guys, man.
I don't either.
I don't trust those guys.
I don't trust those guys.
I think with stocks that you have one thing, they go through cycles, and if you're going to invest that money, you need to be in the right cycle.
Correct.
And if you can hit the right cycle, you will make a fortune in stocks.
Agreed.
But you got to do your own research and everything like that. Yeah. But they go through cycles, so I wouldn't put it off the table if I was in my 30s and I had that money sitting there. But
you're right, Chris. And it does go through cycles, and money in itself, just the whole way it works. You know, I'm in oil and gas, right? Predominantly, most of my revenue comes.
You and every other Texan.
Yeah, right. and the oil and gas industry goes through cycles as well, 10 years, and we know when it's about to hit, and we know it's about. So we already know how to. And this is where I got the word pivot from, being in this damn state, man. Especially if you're in the energy sector. But I would say you get 30K, you ain't rich. No. You can't afford a new car. You can't afford even a PS5. That money will go. So, I love Dave Ramsey. If you know who that guy is, Dave Ramsey, he talks about having an emergency fund, right? So emergency fund is basically the sad truth is that most Americans, just people in America,
paycheck to paycheck, baby.
Paycheck to paycheck. They don't even have $1,000 to their name in the bank, right? In savings. So the first thing to do is you definitely want, if you've got a lot of debt, you're trying to save money,
that was the first thing I said to him is how much debt do you have?
Yeah.
He said basically the only thing he has is his,
that when we were talking
the only thing that he has is his wife's car. That's the only note that he has. Other than that, he's debt free. And I don't know, as far as being a risk adverse person, I don't know how. I mean, I think it comes down to that too. Like, I'm a risk taker. Yeah, I will, I'll bet on myself every time because I know
that's
I'm
not a risk, dude. That's not a risk.
It is though. I mean, because you never know. I mean, I failed.
If you're betting on yourself, though, you hold all the cards. Yeah, you could fail. But like I was told when I was little,
it falls on your shoulders. I get you.
You never bet on another man's tricks.
Yeah.
And when you put money into somebody else, you really don't hold the cards anymore.
It's true.
You don't. You're at the mercy of what they are saying, or what they're doing. So, but if you're investing in yourself and you fail, I mean, you didn't rip yourself off.
True.
You were like, I invested, I did everything I could, I tried my best, I failed, I'll do better next time.
Yeah. By that, what I meant was I'm willing to take a risk and say, sure, bet on myself and start a business or something like that. So. But I'm not sure how risk adverse he is. I'm not really sure.
Well, my thing is, I think that there's a lot of great ideas out there, but if he's not sure, look for some type of safe haven till the time comes that, you don't spend it, put it somewhere where you can earn a little bit until you figure out what you might want to do. I mean, that's probably what I would say right now, unless he's like,
let's say if I came in at 30K and I've got my wife's car and she owes 20K on it, I'm paying the car off. That's just me.
But why would you do that? Let's just say he got a 0.1. I mean, what if he's got 1% interest rate or 3% interest rate? I mean,
all right,
it's not really that much.
Right. So, what could I do with the? Now, this is me having a plan. I'm gonna pay off 20, throw 20 away, pay the debt off because because the thing about debt, it's all psychology. When you owe somebody something, you're not really going to think clearly when you're moving into thinking about yourself and your future and your investments, but you're like, I got to make sure I make enough for me and them. So it changes the dynamics into what you get into. This is my personal experience. So
well,
No, I get that,
kinda
and you're right.
But what NR saying is, and I think it might be small, but if I had a loan, $20,000 loan on a car that I was paying like 4%, say 4% interest. I mean, that's a good interest rate. People might be paying a lot. And what you're talking about, it might be, pay that car off now, dude. You're getting killed on interest.
Right.
But if I had
that's what I mean. That's what,
Yeah, if you got a read, you got 1.9%. I mean, you can make way more than that.
But if I could take the 20 grand and make like 6%,
right?
You know, that's
right.
That's good debt. That's like, okay.
Now, and understandingly that if I just came in the money and I'm not invested into anything, the likelihood of me taking 20 grand and making 6%, I don't have the wisdom and the experience to do that. So for me, it's all about psychology. You know, you gotta, like Dave Ramsey would say, you gotta have an emergency fund. So basically, the ideal scenario, which doesn't work for everybody, is you want to be debt free and you want to have about 3 to 6 months of your living expenses in the bank. What does that mean? If it costs you $5,000 to pay all your bills, groceries, gas, food, water, everything, depends, whatever it is, Chris, everything that you need.
I'm sitting here listening to him. I'm like, he's so right. I understand. Yeah, he's got a good point. What is that?
I'm just joking. No, but if you got $5,000, all right, last joke, I promise. If it costs you $5,000 a month to pay all your bills, I mean,
that's
all your
Chris's
bills,
Viagra bill.
Yeah. It's going to be $10,000, man, because that shit's expensive. No, but $5,000 a month, guys, you want at least $15,000, at least 3 to 6 months in the bank. After that's in the bank in a savings account, because I promise you the tires will go flat, the transmission's going to break, the roof's going to leak.
Something.
You know, cousin that you ain't ever heard of is going, all of a sudden calls you, finds out you got $1,000, he needs $2, but he knows you only got 1,000. You know, if you know Murphy's law, if it's going to break, it will happen. You know, that's Murphy's law, right? And so I actually followed the Dave Ramsey plan when I was in my 20s when I first heard of the guy. And it took me a few years to get in the habit of things, you know, and I figured it out. I love his plan. It's very simple. You know, attack your debt like a gazelle, you know, on paper, on purpose. You guys hear me say a lot of things. It comes from him. You know, every dollar has a name. That shit works, right? It does. So and then when you start getting into, okay, I don't have no debt. Then what do I do with my money, right? Like now I've got like 30K. Okay, no debt. You're gonna be a little bit more aggressive, and I can take that risk, right? I think a lot
of it is psychology, like you said.
Yeah. For me, it's been psychology. For me, and you know, and I like to think that, you know, do right and fear no man, but I am still human, you know, and I still have my insecurities, and man, am I making the right? I always second guess myself, those types of things. But it's all about who you surround yourself with as well.
Well, you shouldn't, because you got really great ideas. I mean, I might be a little bit different on the way that I would handle that, but I can completely see your point, and it very valid. So I mean, you shouldn't be second guessing yourself, because you got a good head on your shoulders, even though you're like almost a baby, you know.
Yeah, and the only thing about a car too
is graduated high school like last year, but 2 years
I wish I was in high school last year.
To me, you're
I don't
like
even
a
remember
real
high
tiny
school.
little baby.
Yeah. The other thing about a car,
you guys have
is
high
it's
school.
a depreciating.
You didn't have freeways
asset.
Yet. We were all in one class. It was just one class.
They didn't even have grades when Chris was going. It was just
they wrote our grades on stone.
He got tablets.
Like literal stone tablets.
You got to answer this question.
You're like, I grew up with 10 rules.
I gotcha. So FYA says, NR, I'm building a few luxury units, steps from the beach in the Dominican Republic. I will take crypto as payment. Any advice? I mean, advice on what? Trying to sell them, or you want me to buy them? I mean, do you want Property Flex to step up? What's your what do you need advice on there? FYA.
Well, I mean, he's taking crypto. Does he mean like any advice on how to take crypto, or like what?
I mean, as far as taking crypto, I personally would take anything, really. I mean, if somebody's going to give you BNB, great. I mean, I wouldn't take something that's super volatile like Pepe or something, you know, like a meme coin. But any of your big ones, I would certainly take, and even BNB or any kind of stable coin. Me personally, I would probably take it in stable coin if that's what you're asking. Then again, once you get done building, it depends on what you're planning to do with them. You could always refinance, take out 70%, maybe 80% if you're lucky, turn around and do it again, maybe rent those out, or I don't know what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So as far as the advice, it's tough to say. Yeah, there's a lot of routes you could go there. Yeah.
But I'm happy to hear you're building a luxury. I mean, at the
Republican, badass.
At the end of the day, man, you're doing what others are too afraid to do. Yes, sir.
And I love his the icon. Look at Biden taking a selfie in front of the stock market. But just to let you know, I think
it's all red. It just checked up.
I think balls deep is on my side on stuff, dude. That's all I'm saying, dude. Because like. He's like, suck it up, dude. The rain ain't that bad, you big baby,
bro. Yeah, when you're in Louisiana, you're surrounded by rain. I mean, your yard is, he's in a swamp. You know what I mean? Of course, you got water everywhere.
Where was that?
I'm just
joking with you.
Kaching has given us the answer to NR's question.
Nah, they only take $24 million a day, bro, or $54 million. It's not enough, It's not enough.
So this one here, funny. No one recommended buying some Prysm yet. Well,
that would be unfair.
It's because first of all, it's because you can't buy Prysm yet.
Right.
So we're not going to recommend something that you cannot buy because the blockchain's not out yet. So in order to get into Prysm, you would have to buy ARM, or in other words, Arbitrimium, which is on the Arbitrum chain, which is what I showed earlier on the prismchain.io website. And again, there's a couple other ways you can buy it as well. But if you want to get into Prysm now, kind of the pre-sale, the jump in early is buying ARM or Arbitrimium.
Yeah, I could easily see if you did your research and you sunk, 80% of that 30,000 into ARM.
Yeah,
I could see that as a good business decision, but I would not personally recommend to buy anything at all, do anything like that. So you know your situation better than I do.
Yeah.
And because, go ahead.
Because if you've just come into this money, I don't recommend anybody going into any project all in. It's just not wise. Even though I believe in what we're building, it's just not wise. History will show you. You just don't do that.
Agree.
You don't do that. It's not because we don't believe in our project. It's just we can't control everything or outside of the project.
Well, it comes back to don't put your eggs in one basket. Diversify. Those types of things.
I woke up this morning and I saw what was happening to Bitcoin. I'm sure you did as well. Chris is down 5-7%, and there's a reason for that. Everybody's flipping out. It actually affected the entire market, right? Did you guys talk about that?
Not yet.
No, because it brings tears to my eyes.
Oh, I lost 50 grand. Okay, come on, bro.
Only on paper, though.
You gotta
only
be
on
like
paper.
That, right? You gotta be like that.
I was right on the money, wasn't I? Nah, yeah, I lost some money too, but it's all right. I mean, it's okay. I mean, I've lost worse. It could be worse. But when I was looking into what's happening in the market, why did that happen? I heard a couple of the stories, a couple of variations of it. But one of them was that the Bitcoin chain was actually, it was too congested. You have a lot of the memes and NFTs going through that market, so it's causing super high, gas prices, if you will, or whatever. And so that caused a lot delays, right? It caused delays in getting your and sending and at least trading Bitcoin. So that can definitely cause people to lose, I would say faith in, oh my God,
Bitcoin's always been kind of slow though. I mean, I can remember certain transactions. I'm like, did I send it to the right address? This taking like an hour long. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Well, one thing about Bitcoin is it was actually designed. It's actually what makes it so amazing to me is if you just look at the history of Bitcoin, there have been other times in its history where it's gone through that and it's gone through this kind of same cycle, right? And what happens is the miners kick in or whatever, then the network adapts and then it gets back on track. So that's what's going to happen again, in my opinion.
That's the whole decentralization and all that stuff. So,
this is where it gets self-healing in a sense, right? And then this is where so I'm not even concerned about it at all. So,
well, I mean, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, is that I've been in Bitcoin long enough to know that one day it's this, one day it's that. If I was worrying about getting out of Bitcoin tomorrow, then I'd be really concerned about the price. But I'm talking long term. So
He wouldn't
So
be on the
since-
live right now. He'd be selling it right now.
Yeah,
Since-
I wouldn't
since
be-
you
I wouldn't be
just-
doing that, I'd be freaking out.
Since you just brought up some of the meme coins and stuff like that, Kryptonian, Chris, have you seen like I know Kryptonian and I have talked about it because we've actually made some money off some of these Pepe coins. Have you seen this? Have you seen what's going on here with the Pepe stuff?
Yeah, but Kryptonian brought one up the other day. I went to go check it out and got me half a B&B.
So we've made some money off Pepe, right? And I think they just today Pepe AI launched. I think it was today. So I made a little bit off of that. I know Greek made some money off Pepe AI. I'm going to show you the latest one real quick, guys, that I know I'm jumping in. I think Kryptonian said he was going to jump in this thing. And
Is this another
give me
one?
one
Is
second.
it-
It might be the same one that he
That's what I was
shared with
yeah,
you.
Randall told me
I
about it
hope so,
yesterday.
'cause you
Yeah,
guys are
so-
gonna be in all
yeah,
these
Here it is
Randall-
right here.
Randall
Oh,
threw it
yeah,
in the
yeah.
Yeah.
I was laughing at the actual image.
The little dude looks like it looks like Elon and Shrek got it on and had some kind of illegitimate child, right?
Shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they just threw a bunch of hype words, Pepe Elon Musk, and they're just creating a token. But
Like Twitter
I mean,
subscription.
yeah, there's already almost 18 B&B in it. I mean, and these things, if you throw a B&B or 5 or whatever, it's like as soon as they launch, and you can see up here, right? You can see all the Pepes. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, they're just they open and then they just skyrocket, and people are making stupid money off of these things. And I mean, like I said, I know I've made some.
Yep.
But this one here's a little interesting because they've got everything's kind of locked. There's no team tokens. There's like no the team's not benefiting from it skyrocketing. Like they're not going to dump on people. So to us, we found this and it was like, we're going to give it a shot and see what happens, man. So just a fun little degen play that we found. So if any of you guys are interested, it's on Pink Sale. This is kind of where we find all the Pepes at. Pepe Elon Musk. It's a subscription, which is another cool feature. It's not just open it up and whales can jump in and buy them all up. You're actually limited, so they kind of limit the supply and things of that nature. So it's pretty cool.
I didn't even know that part.
Yeah, just a little degen play. If anybody's out there and you're like to take a risk and see what happens on some fun degen plays, this is a good one that we found. So, and again, we'll see what happens. It could open up and completely bomb. Who knows?
Where
but
did you get that, Kryptonian?
I'm looking for the Pepe Trump one.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there's all kind of Pepes,
Oh,
man.
no, yes, was it
Crazy.
yesterday? I think I was on your live maybe yesterday, Chris. I don't remember, but
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
Randall's like, Randall and I are talking whenever, always in Telegram.
That's who showed me Randall.
Yeah, he's like, bro, I'm feeling
Yeah,
kind of degenerated right now, and that means
Sure.
basically he's about to throw some money at something.
Yeah. Well, like I
And-
said, I made some money on the Pepe AI. I know Greek made some money on Pepe AI that launched
I hear
today,
you guys
so-
talking about it all the time, and I
Yeah.
just don't have time. Sometimes I miss it. I'm like, shit. So I did jump in this one, so hopefully it does well. Make a little cash on it. Make up for my Bitcoin loss today.
I didn't join the
Yeah.
Telegram. I joined their Twitter.
Cool. Yeah, it's
Got half
there you
a
go. It's
half a
Pepe
B&B.
Elon Musk. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It
Man.
looks funny though. His eyes, dude.
It's fun.
It's like one of those
It's
photos.
fun.
No matter how you look at it, he's staring at
Yeah.
you. The eyes moving.
Yeah,
It's actually kind of creepy, dude.
It is creepy. It's funny.
it's very creepy, and that's kind of like
Yesterday he has his daddy's eyes for sure. But that's the one thing. That's the one thing you can see. You can see Elon a mile away from his eyes. You know what I mean? He's
yeah, man.
got those
Yeah.
creepy eyes.
So, Kryptonian, do you want to tell the people? I mean, I know the last time we were on Monday, we were talking testnet and should be this weekend and all that good stuff. And, do you want to talk about kind of where we're at? Why we don't necessarily have a testnet right now to show people. We do have one running locally.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
So
you haven't shared any news yet or anything?
I have not shared any of the actual Prysm news from what the devs are saying about the app being built and everything there. And
yeah, guys. So what we're waiting on the network scanner, or the I guess what did you call it? The chain scanner, or the D app, not the D app, but what is it called? Oh my god. I can't even. I just lost my train of thought here. But the ability to see the actual blocks being moved across. What is it? What it's got a damn word for it.
I know it's
like a BSE scan, whatever.
It's Linode, is that it?
Yeah,
Linode
something like,
account?
yeah. So we're essentially waiting for that to be developed.
Yeah.
We got somebody to join us.
Ah,
To be
it's peanut
finished
butter.
to be finished up. So guys, I mean, I could show you the servers right now, right? Prysm is built, all right.
Yeah.
We're just trying to add that a couple of more components, that being one of them. So there's not really anything I can show you so that you guys would actually translate. Wow, it's actually really happening.
Right.
So we're like, and if you guys, what I said last week, in the middle of this week is when we expect to have that app done. So we're still working on that. So hopefully before the end of the week, we can show you something. If we do, we'll come in right away and show you guys. But
Once that's done, it's just a matter of getting the network up and running and just joining at that point, just getting it running. So the block scanner. The block
scanner. There it is. Block scanner. Yeah. There it is. It's the whiskey's kicking in, but yeah, absolutely. The block scanner. And at the end,
or it's old age.
It's
a little bit old.
You know, it's all about who you hang around. You know what I mean? You can't be the only one up here forgetting shit, Chris. You know what I mean?
Hey, so Safe Warrior says, what's a good amount of ARM to have to take over to Prysm?
About 30,000.
What would you say?
About $30,000 worth. I'm just joking.
And that's it. It's not. Yeah, it's really based on, as I said earlier, it's really based on the monetary amount. So, I mean, you could hold as much or as little as you want, and you're going to get the exact same amount. In Prysm. So it's really about what you're comfortable.
Yeah, I'm building up, and I think Terry and I talked about it too. But I'm building up. I'm working to get 250,000 ARM. Yeah, that's kind of like my goal areas to where
that's a good number. I think that's fair.
I think 100,000 puts you in the top 100. I think.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not doing all.
You're worth about 15 Bitcoin. I think you can do it, bro. I believe in you. Yeah. Just as TCO would tell me, he says, "This is a slice, bro. Just a slice."
No.
Yeah.
TCO be sending me pictures like this. It's like just slice, bro. Just a slice.
There is no slice when it comes to Bitcoin.
I know. Yeah. That's for a big ass move. If I'm going to touch my Bitcoin, I mean, it's life changing. Yep. Any amount. And so Randall basically just answered the questions because that was Safe Warrior asked.
Yep.
You know, any amount, man, any amount gets swapped for Prysm. I did see I think, who was it? They said something about why wait for the swap? Why not just wait till mainnet? Did you guys answer that one?
I didn't see that one. No, I must have missed that one.
It was from Mar the Truth, I think. Let me find it. I think he was talking about, here it is. I don't know. Hey, what's up, Mar? Oh, good. Mar the Truth, the mainnet is released. When mainnet is released, I'm assuming he's talking Prysm. Why exchange for the coins? For the coins is the value of the dollar, or not the dollar, or 1 for 1. Okay, so I guess he's at. I think you did answer that, right? That. So if you have,
I think he's asking. He said basically the question is, when mainnet is released, why exchange for the coins in the value of dollars and not the 1 for 1? I think that's
yeah. And I thought you answered that though. I thought you talked about
maybe. And again, it's really not the amount. So there's a lot of ARM out there. So there's a ton of ARM. There's not going to be as much Prysm as there is ARM. So that's, I believe maybe that's
so there's not going to be there's not going to be a one, at least at this time. There's not going to be one Prysm for one ARM or one ARM for one.
The supply of Prysm is going to be less than the amount of ARM.
However, if you have $100 worth of ARM, you will get $100 worth of Prysm.
Correct.
The dollar amount stays the same. So at least we give you the assurance of that. We're still working on the value. It's not going to be 1-to-1 as far as we know now. So
and
I hope that answers your question.
NR talked about it earlier, but
I thought he did.
Kryptonian, did you invite someone to the live? Looks like Zelma said finally I can join the live.
Oh, what's up, Zelma? Oh, she's waiting for me to drop one Bitcoin. That's what she's trying.
She said. I think she's saying that she had just joined and watched.
Joined it to watch, because I think usually she's in a different time zone, and probably working. Like,
hey, I thought I was going to join.
She's more than welcome to jump on. Sure.
I remember back in the days when we would do the Seifu polls, and we did a couple of the lives with TCL and the crew. She would tap in, but it'd be like super early in the morning for her, I think. And she'd be like just getting her coffee or whatever. So hopefully she's probably just getting up now, I think. But what she's talking about right here is she's waiting for me to drop one Bitcoin into ARM. That's what she's waiting for. So
gotcha.
You're gonna do that?
I might
be a little bit, right?
I might. I might do that. You know, as I get closer to, you know, mainnet and all those. I mean, you know,
Why not?
It's an option. You know, it's an option. So, but yeah, thanks for embarrassing me in the actions, team. I appreciate that. Thanks.
Well, if you do it, I'd like to.
Oh, she's working right
be
now.
there for you.
You can pat
Poor
me on the
guy.
back. You got this guy.
You can do it, man. You can do it.
Hey, then you see it's all safe and everything. Then you can be like, you know what?
Yeah, man.
Here's a slice.
Yep.
Brooklyn has a suggestion for you. You need a Kevin Hart voice.
Did I need a Kevin Hart voice?
Yeah, you need a Kevin Hart voice, Kryptonian. You got the money, Chris, man.
You got that money, Chris, man. Bail out, man.
You got the money, Chris, man. Bail out, man.
Yeah, Brooklyn's funny, man. You see him earlier about the 30,000 with the trap house. That was
Is that the trap house? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that comment.
that was good. Yeah,
It
Now
went
that-
straight, you went straight
Monkey
ghetto,
Girl-
Brooklyn.
yeah.
Monkey
Brooklyn's
Girl
funny,
had a
man.
comment earlier about she wanted to be like me, and I think King Kaching said without the beard, right?
Yeah.
I saw that somewhere.
Hey, some dudes are into that, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Monkey Girl's pretty nice.
It's
I'm
not
not sure.
on my
He's like,
speed
he's
dial.
like, I like, he's
Right,
like, I like
right.
Chris without the beard.
Right.
Yeah, me
So
too. I
MG
want to be Chris when I grow up too. I mean, he's
Hey.
a very, very. You guys don't get to talk to him backstage, man. He knows
who-
The
a
man
lot. He
drops
knows a lot of shit.
gems, dude. He is
So who-
he's an
who is
intelligent
MG?
guy.
Who is
That's Monkey
MG?
Girl.
That's Monkey Girl.
Hey,
TCL
so
Discord.
Monkey Girl, Monkey
She-
Girl, all the help I got in the Discord, her advice is advice that works for me.
Yeah,
So
Awesome.
and
Everybody's
she's
advice
all
never
over
worked.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all
Monkey
over
Girl,
Twitter. and
thank
she's
you.
on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
Now
on
you
it.
pour my
She's one of the most giving, persons
she's
in,
awesome.
in our
Yeah.
community, man. We would
Look,
appreciate
her
it.
King.
advice
I got my eye on you,
is-
King Kaching.
Yeah, guys. And if you're listening and you're not in either the Prysm Discord or in the TCL Discord, guys, go join, man. Wealth of knowledge, wealth of information, guys, and
Good
obviously
team.
keep up to date on your Prysm. You know, keep up to date on your Prysm chat.
Oh, Monkey Girl, did you see her comment? She's like, "Wait, Kryptonian, I need to buy more."
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I'm waiting. I'm gonna piss everybody off if I do it. And what
we're
happens?
gonna wait. We're gonna wait until we make all this Pepe money, and then
Yeah.
use
You know
that.
what? You know what? If I make a Bitcoin worth of some
There you go.
Bitcoin money for Pepe,
Yeah,
I tell you what. If I make close to what the value of Bitcoin is with my Pepe, if this is the last Pepe coin that does well, then hey, because there's tons of them out there, right?
right.
I promise you, I'll throw some of that into ARM. Guarantee it. I mean, I'd rather do that because I'm just gonna go spend it on something else, you know, on that Trump,
Dan,
on the Pepe Trump coin.
I'll shoot you the link, Dan, in Discord if you.
Oh, yeah.
want.
Yes.
I already sent it to him.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Awesome.
Even better. That's one
Hold
less
on.
thing I gotta do.
Balls deep, talking crap. You know, I had lunch with him the other day as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know what? I think Balls Deep's on my side now, man. He sees
Yeah.
how abusive you are to me.
Bro, I just had lunch with him. He's the one giving me all the damn
He's that
jokes.
guy that puts his old age parents in the old age home and just comes and
he
beats
was
on
like,
them
I
and
finally
stuff.
had an
you know?
ally against Kryptonian.
He's like, Balls deep, like, look, I mean, what you're saying is funny, but you're gonna try this one right here. You just try that. You know? I'm like, all right. He's
Stop
like,
messing around
but
with
you got to
Chris,
look him in the eye and then break eye contact. Otherwise, it doesn't count. I'm like, okay, bro, whatever. No, I actually had lunch with him last week, and damn good guy, man. A lot of fun to talk to, man. He lets me. We both just talk. I don't even think we got to finish our freaking lunch, man. 2 hours, 2.5 hours. We sitting
Blooming
there
onion? Blooming
talking
onion?
crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we didn't go to Outback, but talking crypto, talking life, you know, just talking, you know, in life in general, man. He's got a wealth of knowledge, man. He's a good guy, man. I appreciate you you hanging out with me, man. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
I turned
see,
the buddy onto our channel. He's like, wow,
Brooklyn
what y'all
gets
do? He goes, I saw you. It's like you found a good band of friends to be hanging out with.
Yeah, man. Same here. I agree. That's why I love blockchain, man, because I've met some amazing people doing this. You know, I touch and go, and anybody that has everybody up here, you know, we all business owners. We know people in and out of our lives on the daily, right? I'll see you one day, maybe I won't see you again for 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's really hard for us because people want stuff, you know, and they usually want discounts or whatever we're doing. But you know, it's just weird. It's hard to really find good people that you can actually trust and to have real conversations with where there's no strings attached. And cryptocurrency has brought me to this circle of a friend. So I greatly appreciate it.
No, it's funny you say that because I had lunch. I told you I had lunch the other day with somebody in the community as well. And he's actually in real estate. He's got like a construction company and all that stuff. And good dude, man. Like we just have some really good people in our community, man. We really do, truly.
Hell yeah, man.
You
Except that guy right there.
That guy.
Then there's that guy. Only for 10 or 20 minutes. Don't keep her too long, suckers. Yeah. He's saying it where's the DAP voice, so I don't take you serious, bro.
Right.
Now
he's got to go to sleep anyway, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't it past his bedtime?
Yeah. She's gonna give him one of those little gummy bears. He goes to bed and then
pat his butt, you know, you're like, here you go, buddy.
No,
Night.
we'll take care of her, Dan. You know we ain't gonna keep her too long, buddy.
She's a big girl. She thinks she wants, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, balls deep, man.
He has a chrome revolver.
Really? Seriously? Really?
He's like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's got that extra strength effort in. Come on, man.
He's like, really? Yeah, what the fuck?
Or his teeth wouldn't. Like they didn't even have real teeth back then when he got his dental work.
He's like, was George Washington really?
Right.
Look, dude, he was a good guy. Just let's not bring him up, right?
You know, in all
That's
honesty,
a Wednesday conversation, gentlemen. That's a Wednesday conversation. You were getting ready to go in, Kryptonian.
I was in the shit with him.
Wednesday.
Man.
Oh, yeah,
I was
Wednesday.
there.
Yeah.
What's that? Nah. Hey.
I was in the shit with George, man, when he was doing his thing.
Well, oh yeah. What was his thing? What was his thing?
Oh, I know, forming a country, man.
Shit. You know what?
Back in my day.
I got nothing for that. Yeah, I was sitting there. I formed a country, bitch.
Yeah.
Drops the mic.
You talking? Yeah, just.
Yeah.
He goes. That's just funny. That's just funny though, because no, but in all seriousness, Chris, I hope that I can actually grow into the man that you have become. You know, great guy, wealth of knowledge,
and he passes it and he pays it forward, man.
And I was just about to say it when you pay it forward, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
and it's appreciated.
I can't even be serious. I can't even.
I
be
didn't
serious.
know. See, I thought you were gonna say something like, "I want to grow into you and have my teeth fall out on live."
I didn't say that. That's his jokes, man. But I am being serious, man. And I'm being serious, people. Backstage, this guy just drops gems. You know, stuff that's actually helped me right now in my life. So
what Kryptonian's saying, he doesn't offer much on stage, like when we're live.
Yeah, no, he just.
But backstage is where it's at.
Yeah, this is all fake.
Right.
No. Well, the point is I don't let him, because
Well, I have an
we
enormous
appreciate you,
amount
Chris.
of awesome people around me every day, so it's very easy for me to do what I do.
Is it fair for me to assume the three of you guys, like me, since we're all like business people, that our real inner circle is so small?
You know what happens when you assume, right?
Okay. Yes. It makes a sphincter out of me and you. I get it.
Yeah,
right?
but you are correct. You are correct.
It's hard to
man.
people think they always want something,
Yeah. My inner circle is super small.
Oh, you want to do breaking news?
Yeah. Do it. Hey, Mrs. Worldwide.
What's going on?
Queen of Crypto was in the house.
There you go.
Well, these guys are making fun of how old I am, so
That's unacceptable. I was really shocked to see that Balls Deep said that.
I know. I'm worried about. I
You
thought we
blaming
were
me. I
buds. He was like,
told
"Oh,
you.
cool."
I told you. No one believes me.
Yeah.
You know what? He looks like such a nice guy. He's pretty unsuspecting.
I know.
Yeah.
I was
Don't
like,
mess with
man.
Chris Cruz, man. I really like that guy. He's pretty cool.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to say, but apparently, it ain't the truth.
I think Chris Cruz has a militia right here, doesn't he?
He called me NASA, Leona. He called me NASA. You know?
I did
Probably
no
would've
such
called you
thing. That's the
NASA,
worst
too.
thing I could ever call you, dude. That's like talking about your mother and stuff.
Actually, guys, I'm not. It's not the night. We'll talk about it on Wednesday, but I do got something for you guys.
Oh, I can't wait.
You guys bring in videos. I'll bring a video, maybe two.
Hey, but
right?
Kryptonian, you're on the same page on that stuff. You know that, right?
I know, bro. I know.
Kryptonian,
You'd be surprised how many people go, yeah, we know that, but we don't, But we know.
I had a conversation today with a 25-year-old. We'll just say a 25-year-old. And I was having a conversation with him. I'm like, for God's sakes, you are Kryptonian.
Are you conversation or y'all texting? Because 25-year-olds, they can't talk.
It was face to face. We were.
Okay.
So, and I was like, so you know what I told him? I said, I got a friend you should meet. So
invite him, man.
About Wednesday, and I told him, I said maybe you could swing by and
yeah, man, he's always welcome. Yeah,
but I'm telling you what, he's like Kryptonian.
Oh,
but he has like papers that he's written for college with what Kryptonian says. He's got it like all indexed, and it's all. I was like,
yeah.
He has receipts.
He's got receipts. Yeah.
Like
if I could do a whole
professor.
I could do a whole show on that stuff, but it's like I can't even get like people when I say we didn't go to the moon, you guys stop right there. You don't even want to see my proof. It's like, then you go into, but why lie, right? So, but if he's got receipts, I know exactly where he's pulling that stuff from because it's only coming from one place.
It's very hard. This one is easy, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming from one place, and it's coming
Just
from the
every
truth.
Time
it's coming from one place, and that's the truth, bro. And it's hard. Facts don't care about your feelings. Okay.
Oh yeah,
I got a buddy you guys would like too. He's helped take some legal battles to the Supreme Court, and they've won.
Wow.
Yeah, as a constitutionalist, yeah.
Oh, well, that's pretty good.
I'm not libertarian. It's pretty darn close.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Oh, here we go. I have allies. Seifu Warrior, my New Zealand buddy. He's like,
yeah,
he's
he's
got
a
my back.
Chris fan too.
You
Definitely a Chris. He's a Chris Cruz fan too.
Oh yeah.
This is a militia, but here's Second Amendment. That's great stuff to know, right?
Yeah. Well, Seifu Warrior, he doesn't come on enough. He came on that one time, remember?
Right, he should come on more. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see him more. And evidently, Gia Legend is only like here to talk to say hello to Miss Worldwide. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just all leave.
Yeah. We get it, Gia. We get it. Yeah.
Hey,
and I will say,
right?
Oh, go ahead, Kryptonian.
Now, one of my boys was like, "Hey, man," I was talking to him about that Pepe coin.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I feel bad because he hasn't really bought any shit coins and like that, like or whatever this meme coins. Yeah. But he did get an arm, and he's ecstatic about it in Prysm. So he's really new to crypto, and so earlier. He's like, hey man, I want to buy some of that Pepe. So I sent him the website, and he goes to the pre-sale, and he's like, how do I buy BNB? I'm like, oh god, dog it. Like I'll help anybody else, but this guy, I'm like, come on, bro. Figure it out, right? And I say that for a reason, guys, because he gives me shit all the time too. But so I'm like, all right, hold on 1 second. I'll call you back. And he texted me about this is like 5 hours ago. He's like, bro, I'm still holding on. It's like, you gonna help me buy this shit or what? So I told him that I help him after the live. He's like he wants to buy into it. It's pretty funny though.
That's cool. I think. I mean, I just showed you the top 10 coins on Pink Sale, and like 5 or 6 of them were Pepe coins. So
yeah, hopefully it pops off.
It'll pop off at least a little bit, man. I can't see it not. I mean,
I hope all these things work out. I hope these meme coins. I hope people make.
Yeah, it's just a quick way to get. It's a quick way, and like Brooklyn said, man, Pepe Dow, 1,943 damn BNB. That's a lot of BNB, man, on a meme coin. Think about that.
Yeah, those are crazy.
That is a lot of BNB.
I'm pretty much done with those meme coins. I made some money. I got really in, got early on one, made money. I'm like, I've got my base set.
Sure.
Now I'm putting weekly and solid long term.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, first off, read this one. So Kryptonian, there's got to be a Kryptonian 1.0 in his 60s. All right, and you think that one? Here we're gonna do.
Brooke, you gonna come on here or what? You getting on the live, bro? Come on, man.
I'm gonna take this over for just a second. You guys will understand. I apologize. You guys are gonna be mad at me on that. 7C's like breaking news: the Flat Earth Society now has members all over the globe.
Oh boy.
Hey, first of all, actually, the Flat Earth Society is actually not even real. That's a joke. If you actually Google Flat Earth Society, they're saying that the Earth is like flat, like literally flat, and like sitting on a freaking turtle or something. It's crazy shit.
Turtle.
Yeah. who believes that shit? That's why when you Google it, they serve you that, right? So that way you don't really look into it. You think, oh, they're a bunch of psychos. But no, I know what he's talking about. That's pretty funny.
Some of them do believe it. They don't think that. They think that it's like this, and there's like an ice wall around it, and it's pretty crazy. And then some people believe that there's like an elephant holding up the earth.
An elephant.
Yeah. No. I don't believe any of that. I don't believe that. I mean, I don't look. I'm not saying that the earth is flat. Okay. I'm just saying we didn't go to the moon. Period. That's all I'm saying.
I can say that guy that runs something about the flat earth, right? I'd have to research it again, but I remember a couple of years ago, I was watching him being interviewed by somebody, and they were all like, "You're crazy," but he made some really valid points, and I was like, "Wait, what?" You know,
Made you question some things, huh? Chris?
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
"Wait, he's making
And
some."
there's some. I can send you guys down some rabbit holes, but there is a lot of people out there. It isn't just one guy. I like when I first looked into the fake moon landing, it was about 2012, 2013, about the same time I really got into crypto, and I was like, oh, I hate the government, the liars, blah, blah, I'm already in that zone. So I'm Googling, looking how to buy Bitcoin, how to buy Ethereum, and all this flat earth shit kept coming up. Man, get that shit out of here. But when it said fake moon landing, I was like, oh, hold up now.
Yeah.
I've been paying NASA for years, man. I got season passes, bitch. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna. It's real. I've touched the shuttles, right? And then I started watching. And I was like, son of a bitch, fake. It's all fake. No, but I looked into it, guys, and I've just seen a lot of things that just make me go, very compelling. But I'm still on my journey, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. Hey, check your text there, NR.
Okay.
While we're doing that, Balls Deep comes back for more.
Yeah, he does.
He's like, yeah, I can't wait to meet y'all for real. I'm sure it will be an absolute beauty. Laughing our asses off and talking life alert bracelets with Chris.
Oh my gosh. I need a life alert bracelet before you do.
The funny part about it is we all meet up and you guys will be like going back to your hotel rooms, whatever, your homes, whatever. You guys
Who's going to push Chris's wheelchair?
But you guys are going to be like,
electric
wait,
scooter.
he looks younger than we do. You guys are going to be like, holy shit, I thought he was older, but he looks younger than me.
Yeah, when you shave, for sure. I told everybody that. If you dyed your hair and you
had to shave. I was like,
we'd see it. We'd see the face. I think you look younger without all the hair on your face.
I do. I look way younger. I think there's a picture of me that was a professional picture with the suit and tie and everything, and I'm all shaved, and everybody was like, "Holy smokes, dude! You look like you're in your."
That's his own. That's his OnlyFans thumbnail.
So,
where'd she go?
Hey, we lost. Oh, there she goes. All right.
Yeah, I don't have an OnlyFans.
Those things are popular. They're not just for an account or a subscription, because there's a difference, bro.
People do all kinds of things on OnlyFans. It's not like the bad stuff. So
yeah, like the lady cooking.
Yeah, there's legit OnlyFans. Well, I guess they're all legit. They're just not.
Some aren't porn. Yeah.
Yeah. But so we went off the rails off Prysm. So you guys want to get?
I will say this too. I will say this, and I speak for the whole team. We've been very humbled by the amount of interest in Property Flex. I will say that. Just to take that in a complete different direction than Prysm. Prysm as well. Obviously, we know, we talked about it. Everybody's bought into ARM. It's way up. You guys ate up the dip really well, but Property Flex, man, and I know Milky was saying it in like the Discord or somewhere, I don't know, but I speak for the whole team. Just the amount of interest has been overwhelming and humbling. So
is there any timeline on that?
Well, we can't do anything really. I mean, because it's kind of geared towards initially towards the Vulcan blockchain. Okay, just because of the passive, the rewards, and all those things. So
I am saving BNB. I'm saving a bag for that.
Yeah, so there's nothing really we can do until we get a little further along. We're actually looking into possibly the Vulcan grant program and stuff like that. So we'll see what comes of that. So yeah, but
I just started making
interest, man. It's been cool.
Yep, I just started making sorry, Prysm. As of this week coming up, is my second time. You know, I bought twice last week. I mean, we talked
Okay,
about
cool.
it.
Yeah, man. Yep.
And then now it's part of my weekly buy-in.
Yeah, we appreciate that too, man. And I think everybody's going to be pleasantly surprised when Prysm comes out. It's going to be good stuff, man. It's definitely going to be good stuff. So,
And since I dollar cost average, I don't care really high or low. I just buy in.
yeah, and that's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. What's
Because you're still super early. You know?
What's point 10 when it
Right.
a year from now?
Right. Yeah. Still super early, man.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Why is Chris laughing like that? Did I miss a
Because
comment?
that balls Steve's he's asking how long my battery lasts on my scooter. Oh, here you go. Monkey girl coming in. She said, I love beards. You're just great, Chris. See? There we
What's
go.
funny is Chris and I are the same age.
Are we?
54?
Wait, I thought I was. Wait, I thought I'm older than all of you guys.
I'm 54.
But have you turned 54 yet, or did you?
I am
Did you?
54.
When did you turn 54?
April the 4th.
Yeah, I'm older than you. What are you talking about?
Okay, we're close. What are
Yeah,
you,
it
January?
doesn't
Or
matter.
something? Are you January or something?
February.
Okay.
Yeah.
2
Oh, I
months
have you
older.
beat by ages, dude.
I know. But we live different lives, right? So yeah.
Yeah, but you know what you got to think is like you and I. Oh, you know Odie, he just had his birthday.
Oh, did he?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, he
Yep.
just had his birthday. He's 54 also, and he beats both of us. So we should just.
Yeah, I mean, the
whatever.
dude's doing the
He's
American
hilarious.
Ninja stuff,
He's
man.
a
I mean,
ninja
Oh,
warrior.
yeah.
Oh, I now know him by his real name, so I forgot that was his name.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
You know, I text occasionally.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
good
a
people,
great
man.
guy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of my things. When I make some profit, he and I are going to train together.
Very cool.
Just
Yeah.
swap out some ideas and play.
He'd be the guy too. I mean,
Yeah.
he does that stuff. He volunteers his time for that stuff too.
Yeah, he's martial arts. I do martial arts,
Yeah.
and so we're gonna play a little bit respectful stuff. You know, nothing like I'm better because whatever.
Yeah.
That's bull.
Yeah.
I might bring my Suburban out to see you too, man.
Anytime, brother. Anytime. I was talking to Christian Chamberlain earlier today, and I got a 92 Volkswagen Corrado VR6. I took it out today. I was playing around with it, little go-kart, 350 horsepower. So
I had a buddy who had a Volkswagen Bug with a 350 Chevy in it. Dually stands down the road.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I put a 357 in a older Mazda RX-7.
Oh my
Like
gosh, really?
Oh yeah, like it was like an 89. Dude, it was crazy fast.
All muscle.
Power glide transmission. I mean, this thing
yeah.
was crazy. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, man.
Great segue. What happened to Miss Worldwide's on mute?
Car talk. Okay.
She only had 20 minutes, remember? According to Prado.
Yeah.
Oh,
She has to get
He
I
part of
didn't get to talk to her much.
She has to
I
get part of his insurance so you can go to bed. Okay,
I thought he was joking. Like he's only got 20 minutes, but
No.
we need
But
to,
guys,
like,
if
put
you're
everything
watching and you're not subscribed to Mrs. Worldwide, go ahead and do
Do it.
that. Same thing with Chris Cruz. Chris Cruz has been coming on and dropping gems like Kryptonian said. Subscribe to Kryptonian. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this video so it gets out there to people. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do. But definitely hit these guys. Definitely give them some love.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate that. We got
man.
somebody that wants to join here, NR. It's Green Crypto. You remember who that guy?
Hell
is.
yeah.
We could probably talk about some eco. You know what
We
I'm talking about?
definitely can
got
talk
breaking
about
news? You
that.
got breaking
Yes.
Yeah, you can give me some breaking news here, Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was waiting for you.
What's going on, guys? Hey, Green Crypto, you there?
Yep. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man.
Yep. What's up, buddy? Man, I appreciate you joining, man.
What's up, Josh?
Kind of threw it out
Hey,
there,
how's
man.
everybody going?
Threw it out there, and he's like, "Yeah, let me join, man. That's awesome. That's awesome." So, we're talking about crypto, as you know. We even talked about ARM. I know that you've gotten into ARM and Prysm, but I know that in the next, hopefully, pretty soon here, we're actually working on we are actually already working on the project, yourself and myself and NR, right? We'd like to kind of talk about it tonight, man. If you're open to that.
I'm down.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We're pretty excited. We are trying to be, one of the first companies that bridge, the sustainability in energy efficiency market along with crypto. So those are two of the most trending up, anyways, or hottest markets available out there. And so we're looking to merge those two markets together.
Cool. Kind of quickly, you don't have to disclose anything, obviously, not if we're not ready yet, but so be very, 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 you can be
Selective in
very
what
selective.
you say. Yeah, very
Very selective
selective
in
in what you say. Yeah.
But so how long have you been in the bring her back. Hey, Miss Worldwide.
Hey, sorry.
All good. It's all good. We have a guest here. It's one of the gentlemen that we're working on a project together, myself and NR. If you can kind of tell us, I was just about to ask him. So what do you do? What real world application, what real world business are you in right now? What industry are you in? And then why crypto? So go ahead.
Yeah. So what we do right now, and I'm not going to give away company name and everything just yet. We want to wait on that a little bit, but what we do as a company is we show our clients how to reduce their consumption anywhere between 20 and 30%, sometimes even higher. And we do that through just a ton of different products and solutions and technologies. And there's several things that help us stand apart from all of the other competition out there. Number one, our clients don't come out of pocket $1 for our solutions. Number two, we warranty and service everything that we touch for the duration of our service agreement. Number three, we're very transparent. So we provide a quarterly, we call it measurement and verification, that shows that we're hitting the actual numbers that we forecasted in our service agreement. Number three, we actually guarantee that number. So if we tell you we're going to reduce your consumption by 25%, let's say, then we stand behind that. And then last but not least, we're hardware agnostic, so we don't specialize in any one area. We, bring a very holistic view to solutions. So it could include solar, it could include LED lighting, it could include motor controls, HVAC controls, building automation. The list goes on and on. One of the things we're very excited about is we're going to be releasing the fastest EV charging station on the market. It'll charge cars up to 80% in under 10 minutes. And so that's what we do as a company. That's our core focus.
Yeah, man. Now, is it true that most of the time, say if you, you promise a client, say 20 or 25%, in most cases, you're well exceeding that savings, correct?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We don't forecast all of the savings or all the reduction in consumption that's out there. So as an example, let's say LED lighting, which is extremely low hanging fruit. Let's say that in that particular area, it's going to reduce consumption by 30%. Our team will never forecast that full 30%. We're going to forecast 20, 22, 23% so that we leave ourselves a ton of commission. That's why, for example, we've got a school district that we've done, and we told them 22% reduction in consumption, and they're actually seeing about a 35% reduction in consumption on a month-to-month basis.
Which is huge. That's huge, especially for a whole school district.
Yeah, it's big.
Could you repeat that part about the recharging thing you just said? The last thing before that question?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we're getting ready to release one of the, I believe it's going to be the fastest EV charging station on the market.
Like home or in public?
No, it'll be in public spaces.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'll charge those vehicles up to 80% in under 10 minutes.
Oh, that's
crazy.
I
think that's needed now. I mean, you're talking 45 minutes, 50 minutes to an hour to charge some of these electric vehicles now, and it's not feasible,
Yeah, there's a parking garage a few buildings down from us, and the lines up there are crazy ridiculous.
Yeah, just one of the
And-
many reasons I won't buy an electric vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. of
So we're
course.
excited. We're excited. We've got we have a large partnership out in New York City. Everybody should go check out Local Law 97. It's a mandate from from New York City, and they, every building out there that has 25,000 square feet or more has to meet certain emissions and certain reporting and things of that nature. And so that's we're working on several large deals out there already.
Okay, I appreciate that. Question. All right, so it sounds like it sounds like what I've already known, but I want everybody to understand what that means. So how long have you been doing? How long have you been in business? How long have you been doing this and proving consumption cost for your customers?
Oh yeah. We've been,
The reduction of it.
let's see, since 2016.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, we've got, and we don't have any special. A lot of companies, they have a niche market or a particular vertical that they work with. We don't have that. We've done prisons, we've done hotel resorts, school districts, municipalities, fast food, grocery store.
I was just about to ask that. Yeah. What are the type of clients that you guys take on? And it sounds you're in districts, government agencies, obviously, right? So there's obviously, just to be able to get into a facility like that, there's a lot of doxing going on with that. I promise you that. So,
Yeah.
all right, cool. So what, on average, what does, I don't know if that's even saying too much, but on average, what type of deal or what type of money we talking about? If let's say a school district wanted to like bring you guys in and you assess and you deliver on the reduction of consumption. Let's use them as an example. You can give me arbitrary numbers. I'm not looking for real numbers. I just want to give people an idea of what this opportunity looks like.
Yeah, it really varies. So, a project size for a small school district here in Texas could be as small as, $2 or $3 million. And again, we cover that cost. We come in and we invest those dollars ourselves, and then enter into a service agreement where they pay us back on a month-to-month basis. So our service agreements vary.
Okay.
School districts and municipalities, they'll typically go 10 to 15 years. Regular commercial and industrial, they'll typically go 5 to 6.
So you're in an SLA for at least at most 10 up to 10 years. And so that's actually the customer paying you back monthly, right?
Right.
Okay. So that's
Yeah.
monthly revenue coming in.
Sure. And that customer is paying you a percentage of the savings that they incur.
Right. So for example, let's say, and I'll use kind of real numbers here just because it's easy to pull those numbers from my head. But, so for example, let's say we tell a customer, hey, we're going to save you 22%. That's going to equate to, call it $25,000 a month at that time. Out of that $25,000 a month, you're going to pay us $17,000 a month. Now, as we've already talked about, the great thing is we always under promise and over deliver. So what that particular client is actually seeing, excuse me, is about a $35,000 to $40,000 savings. And we don't, our payment is static. So it's great that they're able to pocket more money and put more money back into their bottom line so that they can deploy that however they want.
Okay. All right. So now that we've got at least I have a good understanding of your business model.
Sure.
Now, why crypto? What do we want to do regarding? And this is where NR and I have pretty much gotten like, wow, okay, we see the opportunity here, because of just we already know that carbon credits and green energy, just like government regulation, this product would say it's here, man, and I agree with them. Yeah, so you might as well capitalize on it if you can.
Yep.
It's definitely an opportunity. I will say this: when the government does come in and they start regulating things, there is opportunity in that. I mean, there are some, I mean, maybe even some niche markets that kind of just pop out of the scene, and people can actually actualize that into opportunity, right? So so what my understanding is what we were trying to do, at least what we're wanting to do with what your business model is, take those real world contracts, right? Provable
Right.
on paper, on purpose contracts, bring those to blockchain, have people it's kind of similar to what we're doing with, I would say, Property Flex in a sense,
To a degree,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. You literally can buy an NFT into an existing real world project that's backed by on paper, on purpose money that's backed by banks and financial institutions. And you're getting a return or I would say some sort of payment or a return or a return on that investment of that into that NFT. Is that correct? That's a good assessment.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're trying to do. So many people are interested in green tech and sustainability and things of that nature. And this really brings an opportunity for everybody, anybody who wants to be involved, to say, hey, I've, at least from a financial standpoint, I've put money towards this cause. They can do that and obviously see a return on that. So we plan on being the first crypto company that's going to treat crypto in a sense of an actual publicly traded company. So we plan to be extremely transparent. We're going to provide all kinds of information. And you're going to be able to go to our website and see everything just as you would a normally traded company. And I know that's kind of a bad, publicly traded companies is kind of a bad term or a bad word in the crypto world. But just to kind of give everybody an idea, we plan on having our financials listed on our website. So there's going to be full transparency into everything we do.
And that's what's important. That's what's important is the full transparency.
Correct.
Anybody that's in crypto now, that's our biggest hang up is transparency.
It's the people.
Yeah.
It's not the projects. It's the people.
Yeah. We want full transparency.
Yeah.
We want to know where it is, why it's there, and what's going to happen with it next at the end of the day. That way I can be an informed investor and I can choose to carry on with this thing or back out or throw more money into it. Right. And that's what we all want. An educated investor is a happy investor. He's going to tell his friends and everybody hears about it. And then we go to the moon, right? Even though we didn't land on it, but it's another story for another day.
Yeah. And the one last point I'd like to make is each of our projects is going to have a financial summary. So people will be able to make, their best, decision as possible. There's going to be, a list, each summary will include who the client is. It'll include, credit rating, financials, P&L, just updated year-to-date financial for the past 2 years and things like that. And, some companies may or may not want their name, but, from a financial standpoint, people will be able to make informed decisions.
Yeah. And I personally feel like the carbon credit market, it's almost like before the internet kind of blew up. That's kind of where we're at with carbon credits at the moment. I mean, people have heard about it. People know what they are. People are still kind of confused about it at the same time. They don't know whether they want to get into it or not, or if they can even get into it because the barriers of entry are still a little high. And it's around the corner. It's coming. It's going to be right there. Right now, they're voluntary for a lot of things, but they're going to be mandatory at the blink of an eye. Yep. And if you can get in early on this space, to me, I think there's a lot of money to be made.
A lot of money to be made. And,
yep.
And if you're part of the, you want to help the planet, whatever, contribute. Correct. At the same time,
it's kind of a win-win, right?
It is a win-win, and it's one of those, for me, it's one of those long-term plays too, right? Obviously, I can get into a project and I can choose, I'm assuming I can choose which project I want to get into, very similar to the Property Flex setup. And I can spread my NFTs around, and now I've got multiple streams of income coming from different projects.
Sure.
And the thing about it's coming from different projects with different backings, financial, on paper, on purpose, institutional backings, real money. Okay. It isn't all my money in one bucket, and I'm getting pieces of something I already put in. It's called, reflections or whatever that is. It's actually real money, real projects that's backed. It's a lot like what we're doing with the real estate thing. So and here's a question that Crypto Terry asks is, how did the three of you guys meet, right? How did we know each other? Well, I've known Josh for damn near 30 years. Okay. When I first got into IT, he was the guy that opened the door for me. He's the guy that actually, kind of, I would say, yeah, opened the door for me, gave me my first opportunity, and the rest has been history. He and I actually were, we started a small IT company together. He then, decided he was going to get out of IT. He moved up to a different place, bigger and better. And he started doing other things, bigger things that I can even imagine. And then I think we reconnected shortly after that. And he's like, "Hey man, I'm actually in green energy and bringing down carbon, the carbon emissions and all these things." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because remember, guys, I'm in Texas, energy sector, oil and gas. And he's like, "Well, no, this is still, so is, he's in Texas as well." But he understands the opportunity, and he's not just saying, "No, I don't." He's actually, in my opinion, he's actually making a change. I can talk about it, but he's actually doing it, very well. So that excited me, right? So I was like, man, well, and he knew I was in crypto, and I kept throwing it out there at him. Hey man, you got in crypto, but he's too busy running this company. And then finally, when I got into Vulcan and I started thinking about blockchains and rebasing and everything like that, I was like, "Hey, I got something for you, Josh, if you want to talk. I think I have an idea." And I was like, "It's all right if I bring my boy NR in?" And NR, we all kind of connected, had a great conversation, multiple conversations, and it's evolved into what we're talking about now. There's still a lot we haven't disclosed. A whole lot. Yeah, just tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
But I will say this: how do I know this guy? I'd bet my life on this guy. All right, I've known him 30 years. Our kids have grown up together. So
I think that speaks volumes.
Yeah. So I trust him with my life. And I've seen him. He gave me he opened the door for me. I've been able to make an amazing career based on him paying it forward to me. So this is my opportunity to pay it forward back to him, and hopefully it works out. We've got big plans for this.
It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic.
Do we want to give a name yet or no? If we want to wait on it?
Probably. It's up to you guys. Leave that up to Josh. Yeah.
Give up a name to what? What are we going to do?
To the token
project.
Project.
The project.
Oh, yeah. I think you can. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right. It's going to be called Eco Token. All right. Eco Token. So you heard it here, guys. You heard it first. All right. We're talking about it because we're working on it, guys.
Yep.
More to come. All right. So hopefully you guys learned something about what the other projects that we're working in. We're not only working on real estate, right? Property Flex. We also have Eco Token. We also have Prysm Chain. We have ARM. We got some Vol on the side, some Vulcans. We got a lot of stuff happening. Why? Because we love crypto. We love this shit, right? We love it,
man.
And we're basically trying to pay it forward to the rest of the communities that love it as well, and give everybody the opportunity to do well, right? And do what they love. Because real estate might not be your jam, right? But saving the planet might be. So here you go. And I truly believe, the U.S., we talk about climate change and all these things, right? It's come, regulations here is going to happen. Mm-hmm. It's already happening globally. There are other countries are already doing it. So I just know that this is just the beginning. Josh has been doing this for a long time. And now this is his I think he's been gearing up for such a time as this with the blockchains we got coming out. So
is this in the real world, is this Josh's company that he started and grew it into a big thing, or did he start the company then branched off and did his own thing?
No,
Josh.
This is my company, and so my team, we all have 20 plus years of experience in the energy industry. We cut our teeth in deregulation. I helped start up an REP up here in Dallas many years ago that sold for several hundred million dollars.
That's a retail electric provider, if you guys don't know what that means. So
sorry, yes. And so, the challenge for sustainability, the challenge for going green, et cetera, the biggest challenge that anybody else has out there is the cost of capital to invest. And so one of the analogies I like to use is, it's like trying to eat healthier. You can go to Whole Foods and spend $2 or $3 on a banana, or you can go to Kroger's and spend, 69 cents or $1 or whatever it is. And that's the same thing that you have in the green space. And so what we do is we we take on all the risk from our clients. They have absolutely zero risk involved. They don't pay for anything up front. If we don't meet our numbers, they don't pay. And so it's really, hey, do I allow somebody to come in and upgrade all of our infrastructure? Plus, we're going to be net positive on our balance sheet, you know, and everything literally pays for itself. We're not paying for anything. And so we really take the risk out of the customer's hand, and it makes it a really easy decision for them.
And that's where Josh comes in. Where NR and I come in, and in our team and those that are involved, we're going to do that for the crypto investors. So this goes to the question that Aris is asking: is there going to be a dashboard from each project to, I guess, for the specific and the profit loss of the yes.
Mhm.
I think he's talking about eco token, but it's going to be more or less the same concept that we're going to have for property flex. We're going to be doing it for eco token. So when you get into project, as Josh was talking about, you're going to see all the financials. Every dollar has a name, every penny, every penny has a purpose. So there ain't no question is, where's the money at?
Right.
You're going to know when you get into it, once the ink's dry, what your return looks like at the end of the day. So we're not going to get into how much and all that. That's all coming, guys. Trust me, it's all coming.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Be looking for the white paper, and all that stuff. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about this.
And just so you guys know, we already have a light paper. Josh actually put together a really great light paper, kind of outlining how the whole project's going to work. It's not something we're going to put out there quite yet, because we're talking to some partners and blockchains and things of that nature. So yeah, guys, good stuff coming down the pipeline here.
Yeah, I can tell you guys just a little bit more to kind of wet your whistles on. We do have a former governor that's a part of our team. I can't tell you what state or anything, but he is a former governor.
Nice.
And what he's pro what?
Crypto.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We talk about that all the time on this channel. We need some pro crypto politicians. Yeah, man. Guys, we have one. All right.
Yeah,
we have one. There it is.
So
right
he's very excited. He actually introduced us to the mayor and the city manager of one of the largest city in his former state this past Friday. So we'll be taking a look at that entire city and surrounding areas.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, guys, it's just getting started, guys. So there's going to be a lot of questions, I know, because guys be looking for the website, the light paper, the socials. I'm very busy. I got Milky on my left hand, and I got Josh on my right hand, and NR's just sitting there looking pretty with his blue eyes. So I'm very busy, guys. I got shit to do. Man. But I love this stuff. I thrive in pressure. Josh knows me more than anyone, and NR knows me just as well. So
yeah, man.
I mean, this is what I do. I love this stuff, guys. So can't wait to bring you guys more news on this stuff. And unless you guys got any more questions,
I think Miss Worldwide had a question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't hear you. All right, she's gonna back out and come back in. It must be something with that phone.
It's Prado. It's Prado.
It's the Prado net.
Yeah, the Prado net. Yeah, thanks for joining us, Josh. This was a good surprise, man, and perfect platform to perfect night to get this out there.
It's like there's always gems on this channel. Yeah, you guys do a great job.
It's good
stuff. I appreciate that.
No, thank you guys for the invite. I appreciate it.
Oh, you'll be talking a whole lot more as we develop this thing. I promise. People are gonna have tons of questions for you, man.
It sounds like Docs likes a steak and a cold beer. Am I right?
I love steak.
Oh yeah, he loves it. Can you? Hey, Leon, are you there?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. You said you had a question?
It keeps muting me. But yeah, so I was talking to Dano before I came on, and I was wondering, I have questions about you guys, and I wanted to know if I could interview you on my channel, but individually, especially you, Chris Cruz, and you, Crypto Terry. I don't know what you call yourself now.
Yeah, wherever you want.
I would say that if you are serious about that, I would only ask one thing.
Okay.
And this is completely up to you. And if you are available, I would like to have a few moms on our Sunday live this coming Sunday.
Okay. Who are the moms?
Well, I mean,
start with
I'm
you.
open, but one of the ones I wanted to talk to first
I
was
identify
you.
as a dad. Just telling you right
Oh
now.
gosh.
Now, are you specifically looking for MILFs, Chris, or
Oh boy.
what is it that you're?
And goodbye.
I cannot confirm or deny that
Oh
statement.
boy.
No, it's not. I wanted to bring on some moms, maybe talk a little bit about them. I was even up for the point of maybe even recording it if the time different was the time was different and everybody could
yeah.
meet. We could record it and then launch it at like 6 and then however that long that goes and then do our normal live after it was done. Or I was open to anything, but I thought being Mother's Day, people might be busy, whatever, but I
think
thought it
that's
would be
good,
something that, hey, just open the floor up to the moms and they can let us know how ridiculously stupid we are on these lives. But yeah, I would have no problem with that. I mean, I'm
Okay.
an open book. I don't have anything to hide or anything like that.
Well, you got to find the moms though, because
Well, there's another one that's very, very important to me that I talked to her today, and she said you should talk to Miss Worldwide too, and she said I would be open to do that. So at least we have two, but I haven't really put it out there to anybody else in the community if they would want to come on. It's kind of tough for me going, are you a mom?
Yeah, that's well, no.
I'm a mom. I'm a mom.
Oh gosh, no, but some people are sensitive, and some people have like fertility issues, so you don't.
Yeah, so it's
you
like you got to be like
you just put something out there and have people like, you put something out there and then people can respond like whether or not they're a mom and they want to come on. They don't have to.
In a lot of them, in a lot of situations, they may not technically be the mom, but they are the mom. So does that count? I mean, is that would they think that would be okay to come in? Or
well, you're the one looking for them, so I'm fine with it either way. I'm good with it. Yeah, I don't mind.
That would be good. I'd appreciate that. I'll reach out to you.
Okay.
And then try to set it up with anybody else that has any interest or anything like that. Yeah. And let them discuss and tell us what what we need to be talking about on our lives instead of
the questions so we can talk to you properly.
Well, I know Liv Freedom is a mom. She talks about her kid all the time. And like the other day, she said something about she was in the shower and her kid ran outside. Oh, and then Triple Moon Goddess, she's a mom too.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have to show their faces or anything like that, but it'd be nice to have them there. And some people don't want to do that, but maybe getting their perspective on things, because a lot of them you see them in the chat and stuff like that, and they say stuff, but you rarely see them come on and maybe an opportunity if they want to show up. Great, and not, it's okay.
Okay. Well, on Sunday I have church, and then I have a Mother's Day party, and then after that I'll be here. So.
Okay. All right. So I'll let them know that the plan is to do like 6 p.m. We do the moms or anybody that feels like a mom or whatever that wants to join, and then we'll
like a mom.
Leave it up. I don't know what do you say? Like, I mean, if you're not a mom, like technically, but you still do it all, aren't you really like a mom? I mean,
I don't know. I'm not giving it up to everybody. I'm a mom.
Exactly.
Maybe like a guardian. A mom.
Hey, 7. That'll be enough of that, bro. That'll be enough of that.
Yeah, like seriously, 7. All these. I'm old enough to be their dad, so that's.
Yeah, some like them old. I like them old. Look at piano.
Brother, you old enough to have written the Constitution. What are you talking about? Like 7C says. Everybody hear that?
I didn't write the whole thing, but I actually
signed
did.
it. You signed
it. Hold the paper.
Hey, Josh, you there, buddy? I had a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever seen Tool Time?
Yes.
Okay.
I've seen that.
You know who Tim the Toolman Taylor is?
I do.
All right, who's his best friend in that show? What's his name?
Are you talking about Al? Isn't his name Al?
Al.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Al. I didn't know if you knew this, but this guy right here, top left with the cap, that's Al, bro. You didn't know that. We got us a celebrity in the house.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's funny. He's funny in person as well. He just freaking kicked me off.
You ran off Miss Worldwide. She's like, I've had enough of this.
I don't know this.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, I'm looking forward to that. To the moms thing that you're going to do. That's going to be actually.
That's a
pretty
good
cool, man.
idea, Chris. Yeah,
It
that's
is,
cool,
man. It is, bro.
Well, I mean, I think it just leaves it up to them. I don't want to monopolize the conversation with them too. That's another thing. I don't want to mansplain, but I also want to give them the opportunity because a lot of them don't come on our lives and stuff, and they'll have comments, things like that. Well, this would be the opportunity to be like,
Sure.
what do you think of Vulcan? All right, do you want to talk about crypto? Do you not know what's it like being a mom? What are the things that you do, or anything like that, and just celebrate their time. Give them that opportunity if they want to. It is Mother's Day though.
I was gonna say, being Mother's Day, I think that's awesome, man.
Dan, you gonna pull them away from their families to mansplain to them.
That's another thing.
Are you kidding me right now?
And I don't want to pull them away from the family. That's why I'd be like, okay, we can if you want to do the live, that's fine. We'll start at 6:00 and we'll make sure all the dudes are like whatever.
He's like, yeah, I guess I'll spend time with you, Chris.
Or we can record it beforehand and just.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Actually, it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm trying to convince my wife to jump on a live with me. She's like, nah, ain't gonna happen. Take all the crazy shit you be saying. Nah.
She can jump on. She can jump on with us. Keep her face, off there, and she can even put a different name in. Like she may not want anybody to know it's you, and I don't even have to know it's your wife.
Bro, you're gonna know. You will know.
As soon as she says something about flat Earth and the moon landing was fake, you'll know.
Bro, she thinks I'm crazy about this. She's like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Yeah, or she's gonna hear about all that the whole time, going, "Oh my god, Kryptonian gets on my nerves."
Miss Worldwide, pretty much, yeah. She uses other words.
It's always respectful when Miss Worldwide's on here. It's like we all have to just clean up our act a little bit,
You show lady respect, man. Yeah, you always show ladies respect.
Here goes a serious question for Josh. Josh, how long have you been in crypto?
And I am nowhere near the experts that you guys are.
We're not experts. We're DJs.
Yeah.
My crypto experience is maybe, I don't know, 8 or 10 hours of Julian trying to help me understand everything about it, and so
trying to sell you on Bitcoin. Yeah.
So you have no experience in crypto. You said don't really have any experience, right?
Right.
So if you don't have any experience, but you do have experience in the real world, like actually building a business.
I've helped build several businesses. The last one that I built and helped build from the ground up, like I said, was an REP here in Texas, and it about 4 or 5 years ago sold for several $100 million. So from that standpoint, our current business has been in place since 2016.
Yeah.
So I love building businesses, and when I was able to wrap my head around everything concerning green tech and crypto, I thought, man, this is the perfect play here to bring these two items together. So
yep. We got a gentleman in. What's up, Fowler? He's been in and out, man. Fowler, Josh is he's actually in a project called the
Gods of Gaming.
I think Josh is a gamer, I think most of us are. But yeah, he's got an amazing project. You got to check that one out, Josh. I'll shoot you an invite to his Discord. But he says something here is if you can build a business, you can crypto, and that is the truth, man. It's all about, because it's building a business and maintaining it. It's all about risk, right? It's all about risk, taking the risk, accessing it, minimizing the risk, right? Having a good risk management skills and measures in place, so that, because there's always risk. And I think crypto is just like that. I mean, you show up on the scene and you're like, damn, everything out here can kill me, and you just got to decide, you want to die instantly or a slow death at the end of the day. So I think, building a business certainly shows that you have some intuitiveness there. So cool.
Yeah. And speaking of gaming, I apologize, I can't give out their name, but we are actually talking with and starting phase 1 of our sales process, which is the indicative analysis phase. We're going to run a full analysis on their business, and it's definitely one of the largest gaming companies out there. I that's all I can say. I can't say their name, but it's pretty awesome.
So they're actually like a game developer, game distributor. Yep. Oh, snap.
Developer. Everybody would know who they were if I just.
Tyler sure as hell know who they are. Even Chris.
Yeah.
Even Chris.
Fowler's gonna start naming them all.
ABC. Hey, Green Crypto. You know how much? Well, I wouldn't say how much. So you've got Chris right above you there in the panel. He's what we like to call a Bitcoin maxi. He's held Bitcoin for a number of years, 2012ish, right? Is that safe to say there? 20. Yeah.
Yeah, it was October of 2011.
Yeah. Guess how he actually acquired that? He was playing, what was that? I was going to say League of Legends, but it was
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, right? World of Warcraft. Remember that game?
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we used to play that game?
We did used to play that game.
Yeah. We used to have LAN parties. Like I said, Josh got me into IT, and I never got any work done when he was around. But I learned it by watching him. But so he actually took on some campaigns or took some roles on in
we're doing raids, and I was a tank, and we were going after the Lynch King, and I was a raid leader, and it was a tough one, and I got I think it was like 10 Bitcoin at the time for it.
10 Bitcoin, bro.
Oh my god!
You
know 10 Bitcoin's worth right now, dude?
Yeah.
Come on.
Like $20 worth of, like, it was like, if you tank this for us, we'll give you 10 Bitcoin. It's like, it's worth, like, I think at then they were like, it's worth 25, and I looked it up. I'm like, it's kind of worth like 18, dude, but that's cool.
That's nice.
Aren't you glad you did?
Yeah.
Actually, someone brought it up in the chat when I was on with Daniel the other day, and I completely forgot that guild that I was in. They were doing like 10, 15 Bitcoin a week if you did the weekly raid. They'd give like the healers and the tanks. They'd give them like 10, 15 Bitcoin a week.
See, it wasn't just all buying drugs on the Silk Road, you know.
Yeah. And it was like, back then it was like, dude, that's like,
right.
I'm gonna be there for a couple hours for like $10. Are you kidding me? You know, so
a time well spent.
Yeah.
Plus, I really like the game, and I've played it since it came out. So
I think the last video game I played was on the original Wii.
No, I never had one of those.
I'm not a gamer. I'm not a gamer.
Actually, wasn't a game.
Yeah. My daughter plays games. I'm like, I don't understand. I'm gonna go watch some TV in the bedroom.
Fowler's comment is exactly right, man. Back in the day, that's what it was. Game. It was everywhere in the chats, man. You want some Bitcoin? You could go, you know, and it's like.
For drugs or
I never dabbled in the other areas, but man, I'm telling you, that's about right there with what it was used for back then.
Let's just say I was never a gamer.
Yeah, well, my situation was that I had young kids.
You were never good at it. There's a difference.
I played pinball.
There are two things. Two things. I had young kids that went to bed early, and then I didn't know how to sell the Bitcoin.
Yeah. So let's clear that up. Let's clear the air. It's not like he bought it and saw his opportunity and he held on it. He just forgot he had it. He forgot he had it.
I forgot about it. For like a year.
At least you didn't like lose the wallet or access to it. You know,
right?
The dude that had it for me, he was like, "Oh yeah, here, man, here you go." You know, it was like a year later.
That guy just gave it away. Yep, he's probably homeless right now.
No, dude. He made a fortune off Bitcoin. He still had a bunch of Bitcoin. He's good to go, dude.
Okay,
he's really good to go.
I've got several clients that retired with Bitcoin.
Yeah, and that was my thing. I didn't know how to sell it, and I had kids. So, and I didn't figure out how to sell it till like when I was around 2014, and then I put it in Coinbase because I wasn't sure. I was like, man, this is worth a lot more than what I got it for. So. That's my story.
That's a good story, though, man. That's
a good story, man.
Well, it's
So that's
I
a that's a
stumbled
Netflix
into
documentary.
I stumbled into holding Bitcoin by accident.
When his
like-
when his grandkids speak at his funeral and say, "Thanks for World of Warcraft, Grandpa Cruz."
Right.
Yeah, and that I don't spend that. That's
Right,
it.
you
Yeah,
touch it,
that's
right?
all. It's
Well, you
all
give
there. So.
you give some to some people though.
No,
Is this true right here? You think, Chris? People are still searching.
But yeah, there's that dude that threw his computer out, and he had like
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah.
$80 million worth of Bitcoin on his
And he like-
desktop, and he tossed it. And
That's
yeah.
right. That's right.
but man, I remember a story when I was when
Keep your
I was
seed
around.
phrases, people. Keep
Someone
your seed
had like
phrases.
1,500 Bitcoin.
Right.
He got 1,500 Bitcoin for it, and he what he do? He was. I remember he was in the chat. It was in the chat of this guild. He had 1,500 Bitcoin that he had built up from being a tank and all that kind of stuff, and the 1,500 sticks with me. And he lost like the wallet or something like that, and everybody was like, "Man, we can't help you. We don't have any access to it.
Yeah.
You know, we can't do anything with it." So, and that was back then. But he has a wallet somewhere. I bet he's still searching how to get to it, man.
Probably.
I would be, man. I'd be
I'd be
flipping
figuring
tables.
something out. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I'd be like,
He was
look,
mad as hell because it was like back then. I think it was like maybe worth $2-3 grand.
Yeah, but then it went up.
Yeah.
But
Back
now
then
it's-
he was mad. Now he's like
Yeah.
he's probably died. He probably
yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Just can you imagine waking up every day going,
That's by your own island
yeah,
kind of
I'm
money,
dumb.
dude.
Yeah. Balls Deep said that he just got half a BNB of the Elon Doge Musk. I don't know which one that one.
Don't
It was
get
Pepe. It was
Bro,
Pepe.
Bro, you got the wrong
Elon.
one, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
responsible for that one.
Yeah.
Elon.
Yeah, we were talking about the Pepe, man.
Yeah.
They're following the Pepe trend.
Yeah, we're
I
doing
think I
Pepe
bought,
stuff.
I bought like a
I don't
B&B or
think that's fair. Krypton, you got the next lunch tab, right? What if he makes enough money to buy the restaurant? You still got to buy the lunch?
Yeah, he's
Yep.
brother. He's from Louisiana. That's exactly that's how it goes. Bro.
Right.
No, yeah, hey, that's a good point. Hey, if you do well, shit, you better. I want a room at the Gold Nugget, man. All right,
You want a
There you
slice,
go.
right? If he does well, you want a
There you
slice, right?
There you go.
Slice.
I want a slice.
I will say this too. If you notice one thing, Kryptoni and I are in a couple of projects together. Obviously, now you guys heard about Eco Token tonight. What's the one theme that you hear throughout all of the projects?
Real world.
Guys.
Real world.
Real world and transparency, guys.
Yep.
And that's what we're trying to bring to the space because we've seen time and time again, it's not there.
It's not, man. It starts off there, and then
Right.
then there's a kind of a shell game going on. Then you got to kind of
Yeah.
where did the hand go, or
A little
where's-
David Cupfield going on, right?
Yeah, a lot of different, with strings and everything. So we're tired of that, and that's why we build Prysm Chain. We're building Prysm Chain because we're tired of being in the projects where they didn't have the utility or maybe the modules that we would like to have. So we're building our own, and that's the blockchain. And as far as projects, as in ours talking about, we want to surround ourselves with people that. Look, there's a lot of projects out there, but we actually looked out off chain, and we're looking because we run a business, so we're looking for something. We're looking for real businesses that want to actually come to blockchain, to the blockchain technology. How can we bring these things together?
Because that's where it's at. That's what we all
Yeah.
want is that marriage of real world and blockchain, which is going to help excel and get crypto mainstream. That's what we all want, because then mass adoption equals more money flowing into crypto, and just that's what we all want. That's what we're all looking for. And the other thing is like when I met Josh, I mean, you could just tell this was a man that knows his shit, and he has integrity, and that's very important to me. And I know it's important to Kryptonian, and just
Hell yeah.
If you're going to be asking people to invest in your company or your project or whatever, you have to have some integrity. You just have to. You have to be trustworthy. You have to, again, be transparent. I think that's what we're trying to bring to this space with everything that we're doing. And I think with Eco Token and bringing, and Josh coming in here, I think that it speaks volumes, guys. It's going to be good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just went back and looked at one of my investments. I invest every weekend, and found out Cosmos has partnered with these people. I was like, you kept saying Cosmos, and Layer Zero and Prysm. I was like, I've heard Cosmos before you guys. I went back and looked at all the spreadsheets, all the things. I was like, oh, That's where I heard it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's bigger than I even thought it was. I mean,
Cosmos.
it's big, but there's some things I invest in
Yeah.
that they're like, oh yeah, they're huge, and I didn't realize that. But
yeah, most of you're right, Terry. Most of the projects that you guys have been in are tied to Cosmos, their hub of networks,
And that ecosystem, yeah.
and that
do you know it?
ecosystem. Yeah.
Do you know it? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're starting from ground level. We're not starting off levels, floor number 7 and saying, oh,
Right,
let's,
right.
So we're building, we're starting on a good foundation, and that's the point, right?
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't realize that it was all. I've heard names, but I didn't know it was that interconnected.
Yeah. That's pretty cool when you found that out, though, right? You were like, you almost had that aha moment, like, oh shit, yeah.
Yeah. So did I. I didn't even know how vast.
Yep.
How vast the I would say
ecosystem is, right?
Ecosystem.
It is.
The space is. I've always just Binance, Ethereum, blockchain.
They've got more devs than Ethereum.
Yeah.
Than any of them out there, and that's, to me, it's just impressive.
Yeah. And you build any project, you want the devs to come in, because any investor, all right, they're investors, unfortunately, guys, are a dime a dozen. We're all out there, the uneducated one, the educated ones, and of course those that they're just looking for something to throw money into, right? And so there's going to be plenty of investors out there, but what you really need when you're building an actual chain is you need the developers. Those are the ones that are going to build the quality.
They bring the investors.
Investors, right?
Yeah,
because they have a reputation in the space,
right?
And they know, they're going to. You're right. They're going to bring the investors.
So
They've been in so many. They've been in so many communities that the investors are going to follow them, and that's what we want.
Right. So like you guys are the idea guys, and now you have developers that you team with, and they bring the idea and the reality. It's kind of like an architect versus structural engineer, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty good analogy. Yeah.
An architect will draw up anything. The structural engineer says, "Oh no, it won't sustain the weight.
That won't work." Yeah. It looks good. It looks good, but let me tell you how it looks good. But let me tell you what's actually safe and going to work. Right? Yeah. No, you're right.
So it's kind of same concept, right?
It is.
Yeah, it's a good analogy.
Yeah. We all bring different experience to the table. I run an IT company. Josh is in green energy, and ours in mechanics. Chris, he knows everything because he's in the Bible. Terry,
chapter 1, verse 1.
But you know what? I would love to be in a project with Chris, man.
Me too.
Hell yeah, dude. You too, Terry, man. You guys are businessmen, man. I mean, I
already know. I think about bringing Forex, doing something Forex, man. I could see that. Forex and blockchain.
I think
he's like the moms of Forex.
I think that I think you and I think NR and Kryptonian know my opinion of what my future project would be, but I wouldn't disclose that till the time that
tracking firearms on the blockchain.
Two projects I think about.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't discuss it openly about it because of the fact that
you won't have to. I will. I'm just joking.
Yeah. I mean, that would be fine. But the problem that I have with it is I think that people that are less experienced may even be doing it or whatever, and I see the flaws. And
so you can do better. Yeah.
I don't know if I would do better, but I would do it right.
I was gonna say you would do it right, man.
Yeah. Do it right. Do it once. That's how you do it, man.
Do it right, and people would be a part of a community that they can build generational wealth, not the way they do it now. They offer, but you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
He's talking about meth, guys. He's talking about meth.
Practice of your plan. Practice of your plan.
I'm just joking. He's not talking about meth.
Nay,
on the meth day.
Is that what they call it nowadays?
Oh man, you guys are wild.
I got a question, guys. Here's something that I got a question about. Did you guys hear about that guy up in Texas? I think it was a couple of guys. Well, there's been a couple of shootings here, right, already, unfortunately. But there was one recently last week. Yeah, the mall, right? Well, that guy he caught some freedom seeds. Caught some freedom seeds, man. So, but I was talking about that ended well, in my opinion, the way it should have, right? But I was talking about that guy that I think it was in Cleveland, Texas, which is, I don't know, 40, 50 miles from me, or so, like way northeast of where I'm at. And he just shot his neighbor, the whole family up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, followers brought something up. He says Texas is the new Chicago. Not really. Not really.
Per
No,
capita, it's not for sure.
yeah, no, because in Chicago, the only ones that are armed are the criminals. So there's a
Right.
difference. All
Yeah.
right. So, but that guy. So basically, he shot a family up because he was being allowed outside. My understanding, he was being allowed, and he was an illegal alien, by the way, immigrant, whatever. I can say alien. I'm Hispanic, he's an illegal alien. So
These UFOs.
yeah, UFOs. He wasn't human, but he was an illegal immigrant, whatever. He had
Hadn't he been deported like 6 times?
6 to 5 times,
Yeah,
at least
5 or
5
6
times that I've heard
times,
of.
Yeah.
He takes out that family, and then this is the funniest part. I mean, not that it's funny part, not that's funny about that story, but
ironic part.
this is the ironic part. He gets caught in a place called Cut and Shoot. And Cut and Shoot. That's a place you don't want to be in Texas, okay? You don't want to end up in Cut and Shoot. It's called Cut and Shoot for a reason. Everybody hunts, anyways, he gets caught there. So my question to you guys is, thank God he got caught. Is what do you think about that? You see how open our borders are, how I feel about it. You guys know how I feel about that crap. The guy gets deported 5 times, sinks back in 5 times, make his way back up to Texas like it ain't no joke. Gets a hold of a firearm, right? Illegally, because he ain't supposed to be here. He basically offs a family. And then what? Now what? So what is your opinion on that? Like, how does that make you guys feel? Because you guys only Terry, you're in Texas, right?
Yep.
Josh is in Texas. I'm in Texas, but you guys are like, pretty good distance from us guys. How does that make you feel knowing that our border is not
The border's a shit show.
Yeah.
It's a literal shit show. I think I was watching one of the news channels, and they were talking about 15,000, and then they're doing away with the
Yep.
What the hell is it? What's
54?
the name of the article? Yeah, 54. And they're doing away with that, and it's just they're talking about 15,000 people a day coming over the border. I mean, you're not able to monitor, and this is going to get real political really fast.
No. I just want to know. You have to get political.
That's
Wednesday.
get political really fast.
I just know as a human being, right? Who puts trust.
Every country has borders that are protected, right? You can't just go into any other country. So why don't we have the same? There should be some type of procedure for you to go through. And yeah, I think more Wednesday, but yeah, I mean, me personally, the border's a shit show. There needs to be something done. You can't just let every person come through, and that's the type of shit that ends up happening.
I think your house has a board, doesn't it?
What's that?
So I think everybody's house has a board, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody's house has a border.
Yeah, that fence is right.
Yeah.
The White House has a fence. In fact, you can't even visit the White House anymore. But for me, the way I see it is, I'm pretty close to the border. I'm in the Houston area, right? So I'm pretty close to it. And I remember there was a comment made a while back, a couple of times on a couple of shows in our community, talking about Trump. Everybody knows how I feel about Trump, right? And they'll make comments like, but he called all Hispanics, rapists and murderers, and no, he's talking about that guy that just killed that family. Who's he talking?
Right.
That's what he's talking about.
Right.
That guy right there deserves what he gets. And from what I've heard is he's part of the cartel. I don't know if that's even true or not, but if he is,
I heard that it was reported. Yep.
If he is, and there's a reason why they don't keep talking about this guy, because if he is, I guarantee you he ain't gonna be alive much longer, because the cartel don't want that kind of attention.
Right.
That's bad for business, right?
Yep.
They want the illegals to come in to move the drugs, which is killing more people, more children than guns, but no one wants to talk about that, right? I'm talking about our young people, but yeah, I just saw that on the news the other day, man. Yesterday, actually, like they finally caught the guy here in Cut and Shoot.
Yeah,
it's funny as hell, because right next to Cut and Shoot, there's Stick and Stab. They like to make fun. I'm just joking.
What's that in England? What's that?
No, it's actually right next door to Cut and Shoot. Like a little smaller, more rural, right? It's like population of 3, right?
Gotcha.
Hey, let me bring something up to you. I saw this today. I was I thought it was kind of weird, huh? So, Ian Miles Chong, do you support illegal immigration? And see, that's where I think there's a difference because they're like, you don't support immigration. No, illegal immigration. 220,000 votes. And it's it's Twitter, so who knows?
Yeah.
But look at the difference, I mean, I guess it was a bot, you take it with a grain of salt, but I saw that today and I was like, the way that he put illegal immigration, I thought was the key.
Yeah, and I'm all for immigration, legal immigration. My in-laws, my mother-in-law, came from Cambodia, right? Vietnam, Cambodia area. She came over here, her and her entire family, or her and her husband came over here, brought 2 adult children, or I was a young adult, 13, 12 years old. They all got their citizenship, but this was from what was going on in Vietnam with the killing fields, the Pol Pot. If you know your history, what happened in Vietnam, where while the Vietnam War was happening, you had Cambodia, the king or emperor of Cambodia. He was eliminating he was just doing mass genocide of his own people. So they were some of the refugees that got to come over here and start a life in America. They all got their citizenship. They loved America. They learned English. They built businesses. It's amazing. It's an amazing story. Okay. Amazing story. And then their son, one of my sister-in-law's sons, met someone that's from the Philippines, and probably saved $40,000 just to bring her over here legally. Paid the tax, paid the fees, paid the lawyers. Right? Went through all the red tape. Took about 5 years. They got married. They're doing well, but the point is, cost them $30K. Then you got people down at the border just walking on in.
Right.
Makes no sense to me.
One of my wife's best friends from high school, her whole family escaped through the killing field.
Mm.
They were there. Yeah.
Whole family. Yeah. We learned that. We learned with my mother-in-law. She had 4, almost 5 children. She was able to save 2 of them, and the others were just gone. Okay. They got killed. Well, she thought, and then probably about 10 years later, almost 20 years later, we learned that one of the daughters was still alive. So we flew her out to Cambodia. She hadn't seen her daughter in almost 20 something years. Wow. Very emotional. But the point is, guys, the first thing Pol Pot did, was take away the guns. He took away the gun. So don't tell me, it's the Constitution's outdated. Bullshit. This happened in the 70s. Okay. 50 years ago. I don't want to hear that. But what's up, Fowler? Did I say something wrong, bro? He's about to drop receipts on my ass.
What's up, man? I was gonna let you get away with this one, man. But
hold on one sec. But I got one rule for you, bro. You can't ask Josh which gamer he's talking about. Okay?
I'm not gonna do that.
But let me introduce you real quick. Hey, Josh, this is Fowler, man. He's the one that's working on the Gods of Gaming project. You'll love it, bro. You're gonna freaking love it, man. So
nice to meet you.
Fowler, did you just get a fresh cut, man?
No, this is not fresh. This is
okay.
This needs to go in about a week.
Okay.
About a week. Every 2 weeks.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it every 2 weeks, because if I go there too much, he's gonna try to make a racket off of me. Like, he's already charged me like $50, $100 every.
Yeah, dude.
I can't do that, man. This guy.
I'm not in the hair business or anything. I'm just saying.
One second. Hey guys.
The front's got to work.
Josh has to bounce, man. I appreciate you jumping on, bro.
Hey, Josh, nice
Thanks,
to meet
Josh.
you.
Yeah. We'll be talking to you soon, man.
Take care, Josh.
Yes, sir. Thank you, gentlemen, for having me on the show, man. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Always welcome, man.
We'll be talking,
all right, bro. Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yep.
All right, now to the real meat.
Next again.
And don't forget to send Josh that information that I sent you there.
I did, yeah.
So he doesn't think I'm a lazy bastard.
Yeah, no, I will.
Oh, he already knows that.
Now I got Milky. Now I got Josh. Damn, bro.
All right, Kryptonian man, which one you want me to hit first? You want me to hit the border? You want me to hit the shootings first? Which one you want?
I'm closer to the border. You're closer to the shooting. So let's do borders.
This is Wednesday's conversation, gentlemen. Wednesday's
This is
conversation.
Wednesdays, but
No, me and Fowler go all out, man. But we good, bro. We good. Go ahead, Fowler.
Go ahead.
All right, so
I admit when I'm wrong. He knows that. Go ahead.
if we're talking the border, right? If we're talking the border, if we're thinking the border is just so unsafe, you guys got all these cool guns, right? You should be able to pew 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 pew.
But I don't want to have to pay a lawyer
that's not
to
legal.
then defend myself for doing something like that. You know what I mean? So regardless whether my firearm's legal or not, I got to go through the process.
Somebody has,
I have a $2 million insurance policy.
Yep,
Me too.
I have two of them actually, because every bullet I am responsible for. So just to that one point, I know you're about, you said a lot. Let me unpack it real quick. Border, we're close to the border. We have a lot of guns. We should be able to pew, 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 pew. The pew, 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 pew is against a tyrannical government and someone that's going to kill me or my family.
Also,
not human beings that are being forsaken by their governments, right? They have no place to go, right? Right. So I'm not gonna be just killing people.
Target
Come
practice,
on.
right?
But no, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying using people target practice like that.
Okay.
I was actually gonna tie it in because we already said the guy who was part of the shooting, the dude that was down, the neighbor, he was illegal, right?
Yeah.
So clearly there's some issues because illegal guy got an AK-47. I don't even have that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So that makes me.
Did he have an AK? I don't know what he had.
That's what they said.
They said it was.
I don't even know what he had.
Yeah, he said he had an AK-47. So he got it from somewhere. And
was it fully automatic? I don't even know.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's
no bullet's a bullet. No, you're right.
AK-47 shooting what?
7.62? 5.39.
Yeah. So it don't matter if it's automatic or not.
So you make a good point that it doesn't. So do you think this guy that broke in to the country 5 times,
right?
If guns were completely banned in Texas, let's just say down to handguns, do you think this crazy guy still would have shot that family with a handgun?
So here's my thing. I don't believe people should be unarmed, underarmed, or I think honestly you should be armed as well as the people who are up to malicious acts are. You know, so if they're using 7s, you should be able to use a 7. It shouldn't be he's using a 7 and you're using a 9mm. Like, it's
380.
Yeah. That's like me. That's like me going in time, right? That's like me taking the DeLorean back to the Wild Wild West days. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I brought an AR with me. So like everybody in that era is gonna die because there's no way they're gonna be able to handle me, right? There's no way they're gonna be able to handle me. Whether it's distance, because I'm gonna take some, all the attachments that you guys have on these rifles. Boom, I can take it in the Wild Wild West and destroy that whole era, right? That's my point. Like, everyone should definitely be armed. And at this point, like I've always told people, once you took the toothpaste out of the tube, there's no putting it back. So this whole collecting assault rifle bans and all this stuff, that's stupid. You're just basically going to leave people unarmed, and most likely you're going to see just more deaths, because then you'll have the criminals being like, oh, well, they're, most people don't have these rifles that I got right here in my hand. So they're going to be like, that's what I'm saying. So that's definitely not my motto, man. Like, I definitely believe people should be armed. My problem is,
I like the fact that you say you a lot to unpack here. So I agree with you. I agree, and I appreciate you're being extremely honest about this. You're saying, look, if the criminal has a 7.62, we should be as law-abiding citizens to be able to have the same sort of caliber to be able to defend ourselves against a criminal. I agree with you on that. And you're right. The toothpaste is out the bottle or out the tube. You ain't putting it back in. We take away the guns because law-abiding citizens will turn them in. We will, because we want a way of life. We're trusting. Well, if I give them away, they're gonna hire more police. We'll be fine. But we already know what that's like. So I agree with you that the toothpaste is out the bottle or out the tube. But you're missing one point on that note is the Second Amendment wasn't written for the criminal. The Second Amendment was written for a tyrannical government. So if the government can have machine guns, the voluntary Army and Navy and Air Force that have fully automatic weapons, if they can have it, I should be able to have it. Now, they have it, but it is regulated. I'm talking about the military. They don't. No one's walking around with machine guns unless you're actually in active duty. We know that, right? They're not walking around on bases with guns. And we've seen some of the bases that have been attacked, right, by a gunman. Yeah, Fort Hood, right? So here in Texas. So there is some laws and rules and you can't. No one just walk around with machine guns, right? It's regulated. So I'm okay with regulations on fully automatic weapons, right? I mean, if I can afford it, I want to put my name on it and get licensed, and the government knows I has it. I'm cool with that. But everything else, everything else should be off the table, right? Silencers. When I say everything else, I'm not talking about bazookas. Okay, I don't want a bazooka. First of all, I have no need for it. However,
I don't agree with that.
I think we should have javelins.
Let me finish my point. I think
we should have javelins. Don't you think, Chris?
Let me finish my point. I can't afford one. Okay. All right. I can't afford the freaking projectiles. If I could, I would. Okay. And if the government has the ability to shoot those things at me, then I should be able to have the same thing. I'm just saying I don't want one. I don't need one. Right. I mean, probably would if the government was attacking me, but I'm saying like if the army just went crazy and rogue, of course I would want to be able to have some sort of the same thing. If you look at what's going on in the Gulf, in Iraq and all those, Afghanistan, right? They're popping tanks and everything. So I agree with you that the toothpaste is out the tube now. But that you got one thing that I want to just highlight is to lay across that is it wasn't for the criminals, it was for the tyrannical governments, period. Now go ahead. Go ahead.
So I mean,
I still like my gun though.
I want one too, man. Those are legal. But good.
I know they're semi-automatic.
There's a weapon. I think I gotta look it up again. There was some rifle that's just came out not too long ago. And well, it's just been released. I forgot who. I think it was Sig Sauer, but it's pretty much a Kevlar destroyer, right? It just destroys Kevlar. Okay, so that your regular police officer ain't got a chance with this rifle. Yep. Okay, this rifle was initially made for the military. Okay, and I understand why you need that type of power because you want every single human that's carrying a weapon to do as much damage to the other opposition that they're facing.
When you're in war, it's
you want to destroy everything. Now, here's the thing, though: the same gun you manufacture they're releasing it to civilians. So that's where I have a problem. Okay, so because it's cool, we like to hunt, we like to defend our home,
but then what if that tyrannical government? I mean, should not be able to. I mean, that's kind of the point, though, right? The government could come in and
true, and that's true.
How do you defend yourself then? I mean,
we should. Here's the problem: when you start.
Let me ask. So, Fowler, you play a lot of games, right? And the shoot-up games, right?
Yeah.
You don't take level 19 bad guy with a level 2 gun, right?
This is true. But here's the thing.
So that when the government's the bad guy.
I'm gonna tell you, here's one thing I've learned in gaming. When you're the badass who's killing everybody on the field, eventually you lose that, but you lose that hero status. You become to everybody else, you become the bad guy because you're tearing everybody up. So if we could say, yes, we need to defend, you never know when the government's trying to pull people out of their houses for whatever reason, whatever the case may be. Maybe that happens.
Like not wearing a mask.
Right.
It's happened. Yeah.
You get the first Humvee of tyrannical soldiers coming out here. You start laying waste to these guys. Cool. All right. You made your point, right? Like stay off my lawn, stay off my property, stuff like that. Government don't care. They're gonna keep sending more people. So unless you built up an army inside that house, they're gonna keep coming. So what is the plan? That's
Waco. Right. So in Texas, there are militias, real militias, and I've actually trained hand-to-hand combat. So several different militia groups in Texas.
So, but my thing is,
I got
like Waco, right? Like Waco, right?
Koresh.
The FBI just kept sending more and more.
The ATF went in.
Or ATF and
killed children. The ATF, the ones that are supposed to keep us safe, killed children, women, children. There was more women and children in that facility than there were men, and they burned it down to the ground.
And
I'm sorry, that's the same government that you want me to, sorry, Terry, but to trust just because
it says they went to the moon.
Right. Yeah, that's a whole other story. But exactly. But but that's the same government that the same group of people that are now trying to tell me that owning a piece of plastic will give me 10 years in prison or $250,000 fine.
I mean,
but I got a question for I got I want to answer your, and I'll let you go, Terry, but don't lose your thought, man. I want to hear what you say. But it's on what you were saying that, okay, so that was it 6R, whatever gun manufacturer, they made this gun for military use. Now they're bringing it to the civilian. Obviously, there's going to be some modifications.
I don't know. They didn't say all that. They didn't say all that.
Is it semi-automatic?
They won't be able to bring that to market the way it was used in the military.
Yeah. There'll be some mods. It'll probably be the same caliber. It'll do the same damage, just not as fast.
I would say, well, hold on a second. To be clear, Fowler might be right. They bring it to market, but you will need some serious
you might have to be ex-law enforcement
to get that weapon.
Are you sure about that? Because I'm going to Indiana right now. I got a guy.
Yeah, but going into Indiana,
I'm like, hey, I need this gun. He'll be like,
right, but going into Indiana, you're buying that illegally.
Right.
You can't own it. So it's,
but that's my point, Chris. That's my point. It's not about even
how many people are going to buy it illegally. Most people, not in Indiana, obviously, but most are law-abiding citizens, right? I will say this. And so this is my question about the 6R weapon, Fowler. So you're asking, why would we need that weapon, that type of caliber here as a civilian? Well, I can go into multiple sheriff counties here in Texas, just maybe a couple of city police departments, but mainly the sheriff's departments. They're literally driving the same war vehicles or from Afghanistan. They're issuing them to local police departments. Yeah. So the same freaking vehicles they used to topple Iraq and Afghanistan. We didn't win in Afghanistan. You know, talk about now my local police. Now John the beat cop has the ability to put on a vest, jump in a tank, and mow down my house and my community. That's why I need that gun.
Why is that though? Like, is it the fact that either the military has an over surplus of Humvees and tanks?
That's what it is.
Or I mean, it's a couple options here. Or it can still stay on the extreme. They're gonna one day just come through people's neighborhoods and snatch them out of their houses, and people ain't gonna be able to do nothing because they got all the tanks. And
I can show you about 10 videos from Canada where they did that. I can show you about maybe 20 videos from Australia they did that. I can show you maybe 5 videos from the UK they did that because they wouldn't wear a mask or get a shot. Okay, and if these people had guns, I guarantee in the places that I just mentioned, I guarantee you that wouldn't have happened as easily as it did. It didn't happen here because people are armed.
So my third option, is, are they trying to meet force with force? Because, like I said,
that's a good question.
You know, yeah, I can easily say the toothpaste is out the tube and it can't be put in, but I would have to think someone out there who's arming the police basically said, hey, we can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. There's no way we're going to be able to get these guns, lower the criminals are getting the guns just as fast as regular civilians. So at this point, why would we try to do any type of legislation? We already know the government's in shambles. So the best thing we do is outfit our military and our cops as best as they can.
Perfect.
And that's how I look at that's how I look at this when it comes to like the police militia almost. Like that's what I see. I see
force with force. They're trying to meet force with force.
I see force with force, but I don't see it as that was like the first option. I feel like it was almost like the last option. That's how I feel about that.
Okay.
So if I'm at the last option on that means everything else that comes behind these decisions are last options. So if you think about why do I have to arm my police like this? One, I have to keep control, right? We already seen looting and everything else going across the United States of America. That's when we start seeing all the stuff popping up. Yeah. We see, with a lot of these cases where we all know yes, there's laws to be able, to justify was this killing justified or not, whether it's police or civilian, was it, for the law, against the law, all that stuff's determined in a court system, right? Well, guess what? When all this is happening, there is no court system, right? We saw with the kid over in Wisconsin, right? When all that stuff was going down with the protests and stuff, things got heated. He killed a couple people, or killed one guy, shot up a couple guys, right? At the end of the day, you had more pandemonium after that, right? Police had to stand up more. Like, if you look at a lot of videos that was going on during that time when the protests and all that was going on, and Trump and this and that, whatever, the police, I mean, yes, you got some places that act nicer than others. I mean, that's been true since the start of time. You can go in some towns and be perfectly fine. You can go to some towns, it seemed like they all had a bad day. So, like, we all know that exists out there. So when we think about this, and we seen some of these videos, a lot of you guys seen these videos. You seen some police just kind of busting heads, right? They bust the heads, but we never hear about what happens to the bust heads or the people who were busting the heads, right? We never see that. It's basically, let's keep going with our day to day, right? So if people think that stuff is not going to come back, they are slow and just like, I don't know what they see in this civilization that we have here, but it's not as strong. It's not strong. We are closer to, being in that Civil War extremist era that a lot of people say is extreme. We're closer to that than we are to civilized.
So if we were to go Civil War, and this is kind of really what this show is all about, okay? If we go to Civil War and banks get burned down, ATMs aren't accessible, but we know there's always going to be internet. There's always going to be infrastructure, right? Somehow, right? What is the one thing that will unite us, that we can communicate with?
Crypto.
Blockchain. Crypto. Same. Right? So when Civil War hits, because it will, I'm sorry, guys, something's going to give. Something's got to give in. This will be a Wednesday show. Fowler, you better be your freaking Wednesday, bro. We got shit to talk about.
Please do, Fowler.
Yeah.
I mean, because you bring up some good points.
No, bro, you always do, man. Yeah, I love when he's on it, man. Because
good conversation.
He gives me a different perspective.
Yeah,
he's from a place that isn't locked down. Right. He literally can go buy a freaking 50 cal from a trunk right now with. He probably has one sitting right under his table right now. I mean, for all I know, but
I'm just saying, but
you never know.
I can literally make a phone call and
get
a price.
I'm with you, Fowler. Me too, brother. I'm with you.
Yeah. Especially you guys up there, right? But what I love about we'll talk politics. We'll talk politics on Wednesday, but it really all comes down to this, guys. This is why I love cryptocurrency, because at the end of the day, when shit hits the fan, it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be the internet, the way we communicate, moving information anonymously across blockchains, across technology, across the blockchain. I mean, imagine this, Fowler. Shit hits the fan, Civil War. Let's not even talk about me sending you some Bitcoin. I got to send you some documents. I got to send you some sort of, some sort of prescription or ingredients to help with some sort of ailment you have, that because, everything's shut down. I can send it over. I can freaking send it via a wallet. Bam, bam. Send me your address. That's why I love blockchain, man. Because it's not just about the money, guys. This is the way we communicate, and it's that when the network is strong, we can move shit. We can move all kinds of data. I can't obviously send bullets, right? Here to grab these bullets, man. But you know what I'm talking about, man. It's all about sharing information. And I think that's what I love most about blockchain technology. We've heard today, what did we hear about? We heard about what's happening with Prysm. Right. We talked to them about Prysm. We talked about how good ARM is doing. We talked about Pepe, Elon Musk.com or something like that. Right. We talked about Gods of Gaming, which I'm all in on that one. We talked about Eco Token. We dropped that alpha today.
Yeah.
We dropped that alpha today. Right.
That was good. I wasn't expecting that, man. That was
he hit me. Yeah. So he hit me out of the blue. Of the blue. And he's
people had no clue we were working on that shit. I mean, we dropped some little hints here and there that we were working on something, but Yeah, that was good.
Well,
dude.
you know, he dropped something on me. I didn't know he was actually working on a project, Fowler, with a freaking gamer. I'm gonna find out, bro.
Yeah,
Fowler, I'm gonna find out.
I have some ideas of who I think.
Hey, man, don't get that man sued, man. Like he probably has some NDA.
I'm gonna find out. Nah, bro, I'll find out. I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'll tell you, Fowler, but I ain't gonna. I'm joking.
Fowler spitting facts up in here.
Yeah, he does.
We talked a little bit about Property Flex, and I will drop another little nugget about Property Flex. We may or may not be bringing the carbon credit market to Property Flex. That might be an aspect we're exploring to make all of our projects carbon neutral, and bringing that aspect to Property Flex. So that's something we're talking about in the background.
Absolutely, especially after working with EcoToken, we see a huge opportunity.
Yep,
there's a market for it. It's a way for investors to get involved on that in that aspect as well. So yeah, we may or may not be doing that, but it's definitely an avenue, as you said, we're exploring. So
yeah, man.
A lot of big stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff happening in the background that we're really excited about. You know, I just love this stuff. You know, I get up here, talk with you guys, talk crypto, talk politics, talk about fake moon landings and all that, and a lot more. But really,
ask a question.
Go ahead, buddy.
So I've seen other like almost 9 months ago, other projects supposed to launch out like carbon neutral projects and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or just in the crypto cycle. They have other. It didn't sound like they had the same depth of real world connection they were hoping to get it.
They don't.
They don't. Yeah.
They don't. Look, I'm not going to bring guys. I'm not going to jump into any project that doesn't bring real world. I mean, why don't I have a Kryptonian token? Because it's just about me. What does that got to do with me? I'm going to bring a real project.
If nothing, the cape is long enough, I'll buy it. I'm kidding.
One of my underwear. Yeah. No, but my point, guys, is, and I appreciate that, is I want to jump into projects that actually have some sort of connection to real world applications, real world business. To me, that's what crypto was all. That's what I've always been told it was going to be. Oh man, you know, business to crypto, business to the blockchain. They talk about utility. Oh, this is the utility. Look, the truth is
utility is it rebases.
Yeah, that's right.
Like what the
utility isn't me. The utility isn't me trading from one coin to the next.
Right.
That's not utility. That's not utility. I'm sorry. It is useful, right? It's a mechanism to move across a chain, but it's not. It's the utility in that aspect, but it's still on chain.
Yeah.
When you get it off chain to fiat, back on, and then back to fiat. Monthly, for long term, where I can actually bank on it and know if something happens to the chain, there's some sort of safety net. That to me is utility. That to me is another form of some sort of a retirement. And rather than me buying a property, I can invest into a company that's buying into properties, right? And I'm getting all kinds of. Then the rebases make sense and all that jazz, right? But yeah. So I'm looking for real world utility. So when I think of utility, off chain, what's a utility? My light, my water, my gas, things that I need, things that people actually tangibly I can touch, right? Real stuff. It isn't a digital. It's nothing digital, right? But imagine that though. Imagine, bringing that type of utility, real utility to blockchain. And I think that's what we're doing. At least that's what we want to do. We're going to give it our best shot to make that happen. I'll tell you that. I'm going to go big or go home. That's just how I operate. And I'm excited about, I was never really into the green energy, into that whole industry. I was like, cause most of my revenue comes from oil and gas. Right. And I'm in Texas, but I see, but with Josh being in it, I'm seeing he's made a damn good life out of it. He's actually contributing to reducing carbon, the carbon footprints of these businesses, or saving money. He's doing very good. And now he wants to bring it to blockchain. I'm just like, well shit, that makes sense to me. Like we absolutely do this. So I'm going to do things that make sense to me. That makes sense to me. So
it makes sense. Yeah.
And the other side of that too, is when you're backing we all know how volatile crypto can be. I mean, we've all lost money. We've all made money. So, when you're backing it with those real world assets as well, you've almost got that safety net like Kryptonian was talking about. It's almost not that it can't fail, but it's not going to be as volatile. It's going to be a lot more stable.
Right. Like the first time my wife was real slow letting me like really get into it because it's our money, it's our finances, right?
Sure. Yeah, I'm the same way with my wife. We share, all of that. Sure.
To help her understand it a little bit better, when I put $6,000 profit of some investment into the checkbook, she runs the checkbook for us, and she goes, "Where does this money come from?" I said, "Well, that's that fake money that you don't like." but because it was a real project, I got real profits, and it went right into our bank account. She's like, "Well, maybe we can look into it a little bit."
Yeah.
Now
it made sense at that point because it was tangible.
I go buy a fake purse. Is that the conversation?
No, my wife's sensible and simple, and that's why we have money.
Good.
She's not a spender. I'm a spender.
Yeah, absolutely.
Terry's saying that, and she's like on the outside of the monitor, like with a gun there, like just keep it cool, Terry.
Yeah, you're laughing. You're laughing. That's right.
What's that blink that what's that thing like? I'm in distress.
Yeah, like Greek's hostage. Blink.
Blink twice. Blink twice if you need help.
Yeah, blink twice if you need help.
Hey, Chris, listen, Laurie, say it.
I said so Chris can see me sitting here.
That guy knows everything.
Yeah, he does.
I just know that if Terry, I would be sitting next to him just to watch him. Keep an eye on.
Smart. Guys, we've been going for 3 hours.
I know.
3 hours.
Let's do some takeaways, guys. I know we talked about a lot of stuff, but I really want to get some takeaways for those of you that kind of strung along for all the gun talk and the politics, which I love, obviously. But really,
tune back in Wednesday. Tune back in
Wednesday. We'll really get into it.
Yeah.
But what are the takeaways, guys? What were the takeaways that you guys got? And I'll start with you, Chris. Some takeaways about. Go ahead. The takeaways from what we've talked about tonight relative to crypto, the projects that are launching. ARM, Prysm, Eco, Property Flex. Gods of Gaming. Vulcan. We talked about all these things, right? So, give me some takeaways.
I am bullish about Prysm. ARM right now. My goal is to get to 250K on ARM. I'm super bullish about Prysm. I can't say more about it. Don't take financial advice from me, but I buy ARM every chance I get. Let's see the other projects, Property Flex. I am on the edge of my seat. Vulcan. I'm looking forward to the blockchain. SafeGo. I'm SafeGo. I'm assessing. There is quite a bit going on, and I kind of want to I gotta, just keep my eye out there and see what's going on. I'm on the fence. I don't know which way to go, but it's exciting. People have to come up with a game plan. I think what you guys are doing, you NR and Kryptonian, I think what you're doing for the crypto industry, I think they're great. I look forward to all these different projects that we talked about, like the Eco token and such. This is really exciting stuff. And I am fully in the tank for almost anything Fowler does. So, but don't take financial advice from me. That's how I feel. So,
all right. That's 18 takeaways, but we'll just take 5. You guys can just write down 5, scrap the rest.
Oh, I'm losing my memory. I don't know what you said. What?
You're losing your way, bro. Your way. All right. What you got, Terry? Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that, buddy. What you got, Chris? Or Terry? Chris already went.
Don't want me to start over.
No, start over. No. What you got, Terry? 5 takeaways.
I miss Prysm, but as of last week, I got into it and through ARM, and it's now on my weekly buy every week. And if I get extra cash, it's slide some extra in besides my other one. And dude, Property Flex, I'm trying to figure out how many NFTs I want on day one, so I can be in from day one for all. Because like y'all said, the first project, the profits roll over to the second project, roll to the third project. I want it in ground floor, And for me, everything y'all are doing as a community is real. Like if I buy into apartment complex, whatever, I can go on vacation, drive by, and go, I own part of that.
Pretty much.
And then
Canada, the UK, America.
Yeah, you know, and my wife and I would plan to travel. So, you know, maybe I just go into one of the hotels you guys buy on the strip, whatever, and whatever it is. Who knows, right? But I mean, the eco one was, and the eco one with what little was said was dry, like
very little.
Yeah, but what little was said, drop the first bomb here, a bomb in a war. It's just like there's too much to take in. He's been doing it for that many years. He's already done this contract, that contract, this contract. You know, and they're big municipals. It's not like, oh, I went to some old lady's house and she switched her electricity over to.
Oh no.
Right.
No. And he talked about things he's got going on in New York, which is
right.
I can't even begin. I'm surprised he even said that.
So was I.
So big, man. You have no idea how big that is.
Yeah.
Right. And he said a former governor is hooking him up. I mean, that's power, man.
Well, you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. At the end of the day, in business.
No, I'm excited. I'm glad that I feel like the guys on the screen here, you know, amongst other guys in crypto, I can call friends. I'm not a gamer, but I support Fowler. I mean, you missed it earlier, Phil. I said the last game I played was on Wii.
No, that's not bad. That's not that bad.
Bowling on Wii.
They tried. They shot their shot, right, Fowler?
I thought, funny enough, we had one of the best games of all time, which was Michael Jackson's The Experience. So
that actually was a good game, bro.
That was a good one.
We had something going on.
Oh, okay. hold on, guys. We're doing takeaways, and now I got this. What's up, Pride?
What's up, Pride?
Pride.
What's going on, buddy? Man, seen you in a bit.
You at work, my dude?
I watch all your videos, man, but I haven't seen you. I haven't been on stage with you in a while, man. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
How y'all guys doing?
We're doing good, man. Better than I deserve, as always, man. What about you? You still at the office?
Yep.
Feeling it, man.
Hey, and I also found out Miss Worldwide wants to interview me for some reason. That's cool.
Well, I think she's doing some kind of something about men's views worldwide or something like that.
That's gonna be cool, man. Let me know. I want to tune into that.
The men of worldwide or something like that. So that should be pretty cool, man. Yeah. So
she's definitely gonna be a lot more interesting than Prado, I think.
Oh yeah, 150%. Yeah.
She ain't gonna be yelling at you. There ain't gonna be no calculators. You know what I mean? You know, there ain't gonna be a Greek guy that pops up and then pops out. No puppets.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
Of course, the internet may or may not work. I mean, we don't know.
Well, I know her mic cuts in and out like his does every now and then. It's got to be.
I always wonder why doesn't Daniel buy a new wireless internet thingy? You know what I'm saying? His hotspot won't work. He goes to the shopping center and takes us with him. Buy a new one.
First of all, guys, before you do this, Chris, I just want to apologize, sir. I didn't mean any harm, but I did mean everything I said. What's up, Brado?
What's up, brothers?
What's going on, man?
Hotspot, brother.
Did we wake you up? I'm sorry, man.
No, I've been watching the whole time.
I'm sorry.
And just like usual, Kryptonian is completely wrong in everything that he says.
That's all right, bro. That's all right. At least I know I'm right.
I wonder every time in your car when you complain about that dumb hotspot, you take us on shopping trips to your shopping center. Why don't you get a new one?
Yeah, he's like passing all these. He's passing all these damn out, right?
Are you talking about when I have my phone up and like it starts to get hot or something?
No. You get the little hotspot. You lose internet.
Internet. Oh no, that thing. Why don't I get a new one? It's a work one, so it's not mine. Like it's actually issued to me, and I did just tell them. Literally on Friday, I was like, "Listen, I need a new one."
Look, you guys are messing with my YouTube career, okay?
Yeah, exactly. And I said that. I was like, God, I've got things to do with this thing, and you guys are screwing me up. So
I have built my net worth of my subscribers with this piece of junk.
Yeah.
You're paying me to be on live all day long,
right.
and you guys can't even get this shit.
Well, I was always wondering. That makes sense then, yeah.
Kryptonian, you poked the bear, dude.
I did, man.
Mrs. Worldwide said she wants to interview everyone. All of us.
That's why I wanted to. That's what sparked me to come on. I know the Kryptonian continues to say lies, but you're the
only one that can say that with a straight face,
man. Daniel's laying in bed because his camera's off.
Yeah.
The reason why, that's why. That's right. I'm not going to go on camera because I am in bed. But like Mrs. Worldwide is going to do a new series on her channel called "The Real Men of the World."
There you go.
And when you were saying it, NR, you almost were there, but I didn't finish writing it because I was writing it and then like it sent, like in the middle of me writing it, it was right at the end. Yeah. So it's the real men of the world, and all of you guys represent that so well. I was talking to her and I was like, you guys, I said you should interview all of them, like individually, like not
that'll
together.
Be a good series. Yeah, that'll be a good series.
To interview them. Yeah.
And she's trying to take credit for it now, but like it was really my idea. So she's acting like she came up with the idea, but everyone knows that it was me. So
everybody knows.
But the reason why was because I was telling her, obviously, because I was talking about Terry and the incredible life that he has lived and the things that he's done in his life with his hair career, and then of course his martial arts career. He's mentioned that he's even an instructor of a martial arts in a country that nobody else can do. You have to be very specialized to do that. We have NR Legend, who has been an incredible business person to the point where he's now a master mechanic. This is not things that are very small here. These are very, very impressive things. He was able to buy these mechanic shops and then turn them into multi-million-dollar sales to the point where he can be as young as he is and retired. Kryptonian, with his life and everything that he's built with his IT career and everything that he's done. He's been married once and then married again. What's that like? What's the difference between the two wives and the life that he's lived and his children? What is that like for people? And then of course Chris Cruz, the business that he runs, the fact that he's been able to build the empire that he has. All of these things are amazing things, and I thought this would be very, very interesting for her to talk to individually. And that's going to lead to different conversations. Of course, we're not going to just talk about it's going to be her, because we were just having that conversation. I was saying, when you guys have these conversations, it's going to be about things about their life, but it's going to veer off into different parts of their life. That's going to spark different parts of conversation, and you guys will be able to have those conversations. It's going to be fun. And so that's why I thought it would be fun. And then, you guys started talking about it just now, so I figured let me come on just to clarify it a little bit. What did she say here?
Well, you clarified it, but she actually clarified it. She said that Miss Worldwide said that this is not how the convo went, Daniel. I said Terry's a ninja, and then we started talking about all you guys, and I had questions, and I said I should interview him. So
she's a woman, so she's gonna make things up.
Bro, come on. On my show, bro. On my show.
So she needed you to come in and set all this up for her and come up with the idea.
It's all good. No, it would be definitely be fun, man.
Don't you think that would be an incredible series, though? Like, I mean, yeah.
I think it would.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. Now,
and all of you guys individually have an incredible story to tell, and now that we can add to the mix Fowler too, because Fowler, with all the things that he's building over there with the gods of gaming and everything,
and I've seen the back end of the gods and gaming stuff, and Fowler's doing some amazing stuff. I mean, he really is, guys. I'm waiting for some of this stuff's going to blow your mind when it really drops out there. You're going to be like, damn,
I agree.
Yeah.
When I put it all together.
Yeah. I agree. But like I said, I'm here for whatever you need, man. Yeah. Let me know. I'll let your boy.
And I'm here for NR, bro.
I mean, hell, I just said Chris something. I didn't, he hasn't said anything about it, which is good.
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted me to put that up or not.
No, don't put that up. Don't put that up. But
oh my goodness, look who's gonna pop in now.
God, guys, I gotta get off. You're killing me here.
Oh, brother. I tried, bro. I tried. There goes the neighborhood.
Well, here's the funniest part.
Prado was a bubble, so I need to come on.
Mrs. Worldwide.
Yeah. That's all it was, brother.
He's such a mini.
That was good.
That was good. Such a mechanic.
What's up, Greek?
What up, dude?
What's up, guys? What's up?
brother?
I don't know, man. I mean, how's the golf game?
Oh, it's getting good.
Yeah.
Greek was texting me earlier. He goes, "Man, I go to take one phone call, and you guys are talking about guns and shit."
Nah, man. I said one thing, and Fowler had to come up here and freaking he had to argue with me, man. You know how Fowler does it.
Yeah,
The difference between Fowler, the difference between Fowler and Prado is Fowler brings receipts, and Prado just brings Prado. So there's a difference.
Yeah,
that's all you need, though.
That's all you need right there.
Sometimes you got good points, man. I can't argue with that. And if I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong. But that's rarely. I'm talking to you. I got a question for you, Prado. I got a question. Whenever Miss Worldwide drops this channel and she's interviewing everybody, can I have it in the actual agreement that you will not interrupt not one time? I'll actually get to finish.
I will not be a part of it. It's going to be that's her channel. She does what she. It really is her idea,
bro.
I'm making a joke and everything, but it really is her idea. And the reason why I just expanded on it was just like, oh well, I know this about this guy, I know this about that guy. So yes, it would be a fantastic idea for you to talk to these guys, and then it just went from there. And so when she went on earlier to tell you guys about this, that was my idea for her to come on, and then but now that you brought it back up, I figured I'd come on just to make it a little bit clear. But yes, it was her idea, and then I just was like, yeah, I know this about this guy, I know this about that guy, and this is why that's a great idea, because of all these things that you guys have done, which is impressive. It really is. So that's why I was like, you know what, that's a great idea. So she's gonna talk to you guys on her channel, and I'm not gonna have anything to do with it. Kryptonian and Chris and Fowler, and
so then it'll actually be good.
I won't do it. And she might even interview Greek. I don't know.
Yeah, I might not. I asked him in Pride, but Pride dipped out already. So I don't know.
Greek ain't gonna talk though. We already know this.
I'm not allowed to speak when
he's gonna sit there.
He's like, I'm not allowed to speak when I'm with Pride.
Here's the thing though, when she talks to Pride though, Pride's just gonna take the comments.
Yeah, he's just gonna eat. He's gonna eat snacks.
He's gonna eat and he's gonna look at the comments. He's gonna say, "What's going on here? Let me see what the next comment is."
He's gonna run a commercial.
I only do this if we can throw in Pride commercials.
Right.
That's right.
I only allow 3 in an hour. That's it.
I like his commercials. Man. I think they're great.
I like them too. They're funny as hell. They're actually pretty good. I mean,
he's in the comments. He's like,
stop
it.
But that's what it is.
I'll play your commercials.
She wants to talk to all of you guys on screen right now. Greek, Fowler, Terry, Kryptonian, NR, and Chris.
I think that would be great.
All of you guys in individual videos. Yeah. And look at Crypto Pride says, I don't eat. Yeah, right, bro. We see you do it every week. We see him do it every week, and he's telling us this, guys.
Prado, he doesn't talk. He definitely eats, right?
My gosh. Like the goal of this guy.
He's taking his, was it margarita or daiquiri?
He's telling us this like we don't even see him. Like we can watch him. We see him doing it every day.
Prado's so pissed. He's so pissed.
It's like amazing that he's like telling us this. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like he goes from eating. All right, guy, got commercial.
No, he's doing it while everybody's talking about something. He's like eating his peanuts or chips or whatever.
He said, I have a few snacks. You have a snack.
Snacks.
He's so telegraphic, though. He's about. I know when he starts eating, there's a commercial about 3 minutes away.
Yeah.
Like once he starts doing this,
he's pre-gaming before Chili's.
You guys are killing my wife, man. She's loving every minute of this.
Hey, Pride,
I think it's going to be.
Pride, you got to get you one of these. This is called a Stream Deck, so you can just press a button and cue a commercial. Bam, bam. You got to get you one of these, brother. You'll love it.
Oh, nice. Thanks for the commercial.
Terry, ask your wife to come on my show Sunday.
There you go.
The mom show.
My wife?
Yeah. Chris, am I allowed on your show?
Greek, you should be
You're not a
there. We
mom,
should-
Greek.
Greek's just trying to meet women.
Greek.
Like,
Just because you have a dog, Greek, doesn't mean you're a mom, okay?
Greek
Yeah,
disagrees all the
exactly,
time,
bro.
right? On lives, Greek disagrees all the time.
Greek comes home. He's like, "Mommy's home."
A furry
Terry-
baby ain't a real
Terry, I
baby,
was
Greek.
talking
I'm
to
just
you
saying, bro.
about your
Oh
wife.
man, I'm a failure.
Yeah. Ask your wife if she wants to be on my show on Sunday. And Greek, you should come on with me and we should co-host the moms that show up.
I love all
Okay.
mothers.
Mrs. Worldwide's going to be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one other
That'd be good.
person, but I haven't reached out to the community. But I think, hey, we'll let the ladies come on and they tell us what we're doing
I'll
wrong.
promote it for you this week, Chris.
Yeah, that would be great, Daniel. I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
Calling all mothers. That's what the promotion needs to be.
Greek is going to do it also in his videos. They're like, you gotta be paying attention because in 2 or 3 seconds it's over.
Story of my life.
His videos, they're like so fast you don't even know. You turn around and you're like,
that out loud, bro.
did I just watch a Greek video or did I not? I don't even know.
But I love Greek's videos though, man. I can't complain about it because he's like
he gets to the point quick. Yeah, he gets to the point quick. Man.
This is all. This is,
What is that? Did he send you a friend request? Oh, okay. Fowler, does your thing for your what's it called?
Number 295.
Number 2950. Is that you, Fowler? Because she's in Discord. I'm talking about. I just want to make sure because
Wait, hold on. You said
Somebody-
29.
Is there a fake Fowler?
It
yeah,
might be.
she's about to make sure. She's about to send Fowler for she's setting up.
You guys, friend
Have I-
request.
have I
Yeah,
found-
she's sending friend
Have I
requests. to
finally
all you guys.
elevated? Have I finally elevated to being like impersonated?
good, man.
Oh,
No.
you've made it.
Yeah,
if you
maybe.
have.
I mean, like you're gonna get there. Believe me when I tell you, because it's already. I mean, it happens like ridiculously.
Yeah, I'm 2950.
Okay,
Right.
yes, and then that's
No,
it.
you didn't get
So
it.
she's gonna send.
being impersonated yet.
Did she send me one? Because I got one sitting right here.
Yes.
I sent one to all of you guys on the screen.
All right.
Except
Okay.
for Kryptonian and Greek, because I already had them.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
Damn.
Kryptonian and Greek. She already has them as friends, so everybody else. On the
Oh,
screen knows.
okay. You were
Howard's not
first.
accepting. He has to send me one.
Oh, so Fowler, you have to send it to Mrs. Worldwide because yours is not accepting friend. You're not allowing friend requests. That's the same way I have it set up too, so I get it.
Hey, Prado, this was for you, bro. Did you just say 2-3 seconds, Greek? That's impressive.
Yeah, well, no, it's 2 to 3 seconds that Greek's videos are. The next time you turn around and then the next thing you know, that his video's done, and you're like,
Oh, there's the context. We're just making sure. Thank you.
"What happened? Like, did he just have a?" I thought he had a video, and then
No, this is funny.
yeah,
man.
Bold V today is pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pissed.
Oh yeah.
We're all in trouble now, man.
Pride's
Yeah.
back.
I
don't
just
really eat,
he
do
was,
I?
before I brought him on, he was
Yeah, man, you
literally
be there
eating.
snacking on
He
nuts.
was literally eating something before I
Yeah,
brought him on.
Eating.
Pride, wipe the lens, dog. Wipe the lens on front of your phone.
Yeah, bro, look like you in the clouds, bro.
Looks like you've been watching Pornhub.
My
steaming
goodness,
it all
bro.
up,
Hey, bro,
brother.
your makeup.
What
your
is that
makeup-
shot
your
all
makeup's
about?
Your makeup's all over the camera, bro. You gotta watch.
Yeah, man. Get that
Go ahead.
It looks
Peanut-
like you've been like
the peanut juice off of his phone there, bro.
I usually use my
Spit on
personal
it, bro.
computer.
Spit on it. I'm just
I
kidding.
usually
Wait a
use
minute.
my personal computer. This is my work computer. It's the first time I ever
Wait a
used
minute.
the camera on it.
Get your spritz
wow.
card.
Oh my gosh.
Takes his spritz card. He's like,
Hey, Pride, you should have $50 coming your way because I just paid a bill.
All right.
Nice.
Very
damn.
nice. I like spritz, man. I paid my car payment with spritz. Paid for my wife's truck with spritz, man.
I pay everything with
Okay.
We know, Pride. We know.
I don't have bills.
You haven't gone. You haven't done a commercial in Chili's though. What's up with that?
a commercial at Chili's.
Yeah. Have you done that at Chili's yet?
well, if they ain't
I
paying
love
him, why is he
Pride
doing
Right,
it?
commercials.
they ain't paying
man.
him.
You need to be doing a. You need to be doing that commercial buying a lava cake, bro. Then I'm a believer. Then I know.
No. If
All
you
right,
ain't
I got
getting
you.
paid,
I got
I wouldn't do it.
What's that? What's that? Chris?
If he's not getting paid, I wouldn't be doing a commercial at Chili's. Give
He's
him a
at,
free
he's at
lava cake.
Canes. He's at where you been to Canes? You've been to is it Jersey Mike? You've been to, I know you've been to Canes a few times.
Firehouse Subs.
Firehouse Subs, yeah.
Firehouse
Yeah.
Subs. I love that commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
man.
Well, not you. Maybe not.
He goes, I'm a Firehouse Subs. I'm about to pay my bill.
Swipe.
And then he does it. It's beautiful.
It is, man. It works. All right.
All right. Well, I'm getting off of here, man.
Yeah, guys, we've been at 3.5 hours, man.
For crying out! Me and Greek come on and Pride, and now you guys are wrapping it
Bro,
up.
you guys are sitting. You guys
we
are
done
laying in
seen
bed.
how you are, bro.
They were doing final thoughts, and you guys all jumped on.
Yeah.
I gotta get the hell out of here.
I saw Bubble Prado, got excited, so I wanted to join.
Yeah.
That's cool, Greek. Hey, Greek. So Mrs. Worldwide is gonna have you and everybody else on the screen. That's my final thought. Make sure you guys are ready. It's going to be individual, and you guys are going to be having a great conversation, and it's going to be watched by millions. Look
And
at it.
millions around the world.
Millions. That's right.
I think a lot of people will tune in to check that out, man.
I think so too. I think so too.
I do too.
I mean, the real men of the world. That's what this is about, bro. Like, you know, there's not a lot of that going on online.
Nothing's off the table.
Nothing's off the table, and Mrs. Worldwide is very open-minded, so she's going to have a very interesting conversation. You guys are going to like what she has to say when you guys have a conversation.
She's married to
with
you.
her.
She's got to be open-minded.
Exactly.
Exactly. A little bit of a saint too.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that'll be good, man.
But we definitely appreciate you coming on, Prado. We're looking forward to this to Miss Worldwide. Definitely looking forward to Chris's live this weekend. You know, with all the moms. The mom.
Yeah, if you guys, reiterate that. If you want anybody to come on, I mean, you know, let me know, have them reach out, or you reach out to me and let me know, and I'll send you the link. You can have them, whatever. They don't have to show their face or anything, but just let's have a conversation with
Twig,
the ladies. So
damn.
Yeah, I'll be talking about it, and so will Greek on his videos. Hey, don't forget, you know, Chris Cruz this weekend on Mother's Day, right? It's on Mother's Day, right?
Yeah.
What time?
On Mother's Day, for just as much time as you can give, right? Like we're not looking for someone to come on for hours or an hour. They can come on for 5-10 minutes if you want. That's it.
Thanks for reminding me. It's Mother's Day. I got to buy.
What time is it going to start, Chris?
It's not Mother's Day for Greek. It's Mother's Day next Sunday because it's Greek Mother's Day after that.
6 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
6 p.m.
Every Sunday's Mother's Day for Greeks.
So if they wanted to join later or whatever.
I know, but that was funny when you had Greek Easter. I thought that was the funniest thing. You're like, yeah, we have Easter the Sunday after, so that's why I was saying that Greek Mother's Day is the Sunday after. That was funny.
Everything's
when you did that.
Everything's a week late. Yeah.
Oh man.
That is funny.
So we had Twig ask me a question. How do we get into the Pepe Elon Musk? There's the website right there, and in our
Click
just posted the pink cell
Is
link.
that the next DJ play? I'm in.
Oh yeah, I'm in. I'm definitely in. I missed the last few.
Here, let me pull it up real quick before we get out of here.
Yeah,
let me share my
That's
screen.
funny as hell.
Yeah,
but we definitely did some takeaways, guys. We talked about Prysm. We are working on the block scanner app right now so that we can show you guys what's going on with that. We talked about ARM is doing damn good right now. We're over a penny. Oh yeah, this is the PepeElonMusk.com website.
Oh yeah,
Look at it.
that's
Look at that. It's like Elon and Shrek got it on, dude. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at
That is hysterical.
Where's the links at?
There you go. There's the pre-sale link, and it's.
I'm interested in their tokenomics.
All right, so if we go down to the tokenomics, 50 for pre-sale, 50 for liquidity.
Oh, that's good tokenomics right there.
There's zero. I think there's zero taxes. I think that's what I read. And there's like no team. There you go, right here about it. 100-year lock on liquidity pool, zero tax on buys and sells. Like it's literally just launching, and then here you go.
It's just a degen play. Yeah,
it's just
legit degen. I love it.
It's on Binance.
Yeah, it's Binance.
Yeah. It's Binance. Yeah, it's on on Pink Sale. Yeah.
Kryptonian.
Sure.
When this is finished, I got something cool to tell you.
Okay.
Right on.
Okay.
All right.
We had that tragedy in Texas in the Allen Mall, right?
Yeah.
So a mother, a father, and a 3-year-old child all died. A 6-year-old, that same family survived, and there's a GoFundMe page. And they were trying to raise $50,000. They raised already over $1 million for that kid.
Oh man, that's
Good.
awesome, man.
Oh my gosh, that is fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
man.
so that little 6-year-old.
It's not going to bring his family back, but it'll
No,
sure
but-
help. I mean,
That's gonna help a hell of a lot. Yeah.
I mean, out of tragedy,
Put that in a
sometimes
trust. It
$1
takes that
million. My
we're
goodness.
asking to raise 50,000, and the community in Texas and all around the world who saw this, they've already raised over $1 million this kid.
kind of renews your faith in humanity a little bit.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When humans get when humans get the opportunity to be human, we always do the right thing. You know, it's the small few that actually get
most
in the way.
times, unless you're a Catholic priest.
Yes. Wednesday, bro. Wednesday.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry.
Segment 3 of Wednesday.
We
talk about the Catholic priest, the Catholic Church on Wednesday, guys.
Sounds great. Sounds great.
You guys, hey, don't forget that Daniel's doing an extended.
I was just about to say
Wednesday.
that. Yeah.
Is that tomorrow, right?
Wednesday.
No, tomorrow's Tuesday, so we'll talk about the actual day of Wednesday, which is the day after that.
No, I spent. Wait.
He's such an asshole, bro. That's where I get it from.
That's why I love that dude, man.
To be fair,
I kind of asked.
But listen, what it is though, guys, is that there's going to be a congressional meeting or hearing, or they're going to be talking about regulations.
Turn your
crypto.
Forex off.
So
What's that?
Turn your Forex off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, but like let's all get together. If you guys can join me, it'll be all. You can add it to your channels, whatever you guys want to do. I want the discussion to be out there, and I want the attention to be out there for people that are in cryptocurrency to realize what's going on in Congress, and how it could affect us, and that's what what they talk about, how the ideas that are brought forth. We'll be pausing and having discussions and commenting on what's going on as it's happening live, and then continuing to watch. And then if something interests us, we'll stop it again. We'll pause it and have a conversation. It's all about that hearing that's going to happen on Wednesday, because it is specifically about regulation, like the actual regulations, not opinions going back and forth and people having a discussion about cryptocurrency. This is about the regulations, and I figured this is going to be a good day for us to be able to all get together and learn something about what's actually happening in our government in relation to what's going on in our cryptocurrency, because we're all in this together. So let's all participate a little bit.
Hey DP.
Yeah.
So to be fair, I was off today. I mean, I was off my days because today's one of my 3 days a week I take off. I spent 9 hours at my salon doing hair for a funeral this week for a high school friend. And so I thought today was Tuesday because I work on Tuesdays. And then the Wednesday I'm going to go, which is soon, to do the hair for the deceased. And then Thursday I'm actually going to officiate the actual funeral. So my days are kind of confused right now. That's why I was late joining you guys tonight.
Oh yeah, no, I was just busting your chops anyway. For whatever the reason may be, it was just me literally making a joke because it was right there. Yeah, it was right there for me to take. Like, I'm not gonna not do it. Like, if it's there, I'm taking the joke. You know what I mean?
That was okay. That was okay for you.
Oh my goodness!
Well, anytime
goodness gracious, you're killing me. For me.
Yeah, for you, bud. For you.
Yeah. For you. That's terrible.
Well, I'd like to thank you guys for joining the Daniel Prado Show. It's been fun. And
Get the music, dude. Shut the hell up.
In all seriousness, guys, we talked about a lot. I know we talked about Prysm. We talked about ARM. We talked about Pepe. Elon Musk. That's a DJ and I'm in. What's that?
Eco token.
Yeah. Get ready for that one, guys. Property Flex. A lot of things, guys. We'll be live again on Wednesday, same time. 7:30 Central, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be looking forward to seeing you guys. I'd give everybody the last word, but this guy over here, he's looking at me like we got to go. So we'll see you guys on the blockchain.